Oh my God!
Oh, take a leaflet there. There you go. Take a leaflet. Okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. Take a leaflet.
Cheers, thank you.
Excellent. Take a leaflet. No, you're fine. Oh, yeah. Take a leaflet. Excellent. Oh.
I don't know. No, you believe.
I don't see a thing. I say,
Okay, this is a Global Eye UK tour, and this is Nottingham. We're in Nottingham today, in the main square. I think it's called Market Square, I think this is called. It's not a bad location, sun's out, weather's really good. Harry's already engaging, which is brilliant. Hey guys, have you got any questions? Come across it?
Just having a read, I think.
Yeah? No problems. Yeah, well if you've got any questions and all that, give us a shout. Oh, should I like a leaflet there? There you go. Should you like a leaflet? Okay. Alright. Oh. I'm trying to get my my breath back a little bit. I've just set up the banners and that, so a little bit puffed, just so I will start speaking to people in a minute. We'll see. Hiya Francis. Yeah, it's been a very busy morning. Sorry we're all late, but I think we'll be here a while. You know, the weather's really good, so. Would you like a leaflet there? No, you okay? Would you like a leaflet there? Yes. There you go. Okay. Oh, do you want one each? Yeah. Can I have one each? Is it just a website in there? We're trying to get people to. Oh, would you like a leaflet? There you go. All right. Oh, that's good. People are taking the leaflets. Oops. So, I'm accompanied here today, so far, with Harry at the moment. Roxanne will be back with us in a short while, along with John Thor. John Thor is he's arrived again today. Big thumbs up for John Thor. We're also being accompanied by Adam Meekham as well. You know, all right.
Harry, where do you want your gear?
Oh, this is Harry.
Oh no, you're.
I'm Jason.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I thought that was John.
Yeah. No. John Smith Global Eye Tour. You know, like an alias John Smith. You know, like that's all that was. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a little doggy, the care package. Oh, lovely.
Some supplies, mate.
Oh, that's brilliant. Excellent.
Some drinks in there, some snacks and some crisps.
Oh, excellent.
I've,
Oh, hello. I know. Oh, I let everyone see the little dog. I know. What's in there?
Titch.
Titch. And you are a little titch, aren't you? Hey, look at you. I know. Oh, let's not do any flat smacking. We'll stay with the dog, yeah? Beautiful.
Very managed to park.
We've absolutely miles away, but we met Adam Meakin. I forgot his YouTube channel name. Something.
Iron Realm.
Iron Realm, that's right, yes. And he was kind enough to drive us straight into the. He dropped us off 50 yards away.
Yeah, well, I'm just 50 yards away.
Yeah. Harry, care package for us.
Oh, I'm Keith GoPro Flatter Dog.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you. And your dog.
So we got Keith here. He's brought us a nice little care package. What's your YouTube channel name?
GoPro Flatter Dog.
GoPro Flat Earth Darb UK. And
About 40 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming down.
that's brilliant. I'll have a chat to him in a minute.
Yeah, I'll pass
Let Harry have a quick chat. Oops. Right. No. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. Should I leave it there? You okay? You got any questions? No. You're confused. Have you come across it before? No. Really? What, as in like flat Earth? You've not heard of it at all?
I heard about it, but I
Right.
just watched maybe science movies.
Ah, right. Okay. So you've not actually spoken to someone in that?
Oh yeah.
I spoke about it, about religion.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Non.
Yeah.
They believe in science, or they believe in the religion.
All right.
They believe in two sides.
Yes. Oh, right. So you're kind of open-minded. You're open-minded then.
Yeah.
You know.
I know about religion.
This one.
Then I'm like 7. They know there's one, and there's another one, and another one there's 7.
Oh, as in layers. Yeah.
It's not curved.
It's not curved.
Straight.
Are you listening to this? So how do you know this? What's brought this on? How do you know?
Originally, I'm from Ethiopia,
Okay.
so we learn about
Really?
yeah.
As in they don't teach the globe.
They teach us about the Bible,
Okay.
and then inside the Bible there is about earth.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm absolutely mesmerized. No, I'm really unsure. I've never heard anyone say this before.
The often is they like 7. There's one, and the other one, and the other one there's 7. But people say like, oh, we went to up to see other planets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's true. I can see that. But we never see it, and we never see it on the eyes.
So at a young age, when you're growing up, you're not. I mean, because we're all indoctrinated to believe that we're on this spinning ball, whizzing around at 1,000 miles an hour and travelling along at 67,000 miles. We're indoctrinated. You know, like we all believe that we're on a ball.
Because you're already brainwashed, right?
We're brainwashed.
That's it. Because it was too much news, too much.
Yeah, you are so right. Jokes on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have fun on that because you pay for the TV license to, for the fake news and that about the earth, about this fake news, all fake news. You pay for it, so that's you really. We did it by mistake.
Don't go away. You've got to stay here to the whole day. My God.
That's what we did.
And most people in Ethiopia, they kind of think the same, or?
And the religion people,
But-
they say, but they don't get like involved on the science
Right.
because you need to choose one, science or religion, right?
Yes.
But when you believe on science, sometimes it's good for science is the one you see,
Yeah.
light, vein, mobile phone and TV.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everything that is happening
Yeah.
is if you read about the book of Enoch,
Yes. Yeah. Lots of people say, yeah.
That's it.
I still haven't. I mean, I'm a bit lazy. They've got a video out as well, so I don't know how true the video is to the book.
Bible, that's why they take out from the Bible out.
All right, okay.
That's why they say like you don't want to find the Bible.
Yeah.
And they take out. And this time, no one knows where the book of Enoch is. Well, this thing is happening, so you just listen, get brainwashed. Then maybe your kids, when they're growing up, they're gonna do the same thing because at least they get paid for it. You know? Well, other people said now just listening to fake news, and then
You do realise that I'm here to kind of show you the way in and teach you a few things, and I feel like I should just shut up and let you get on with it, and you teach me what you know.
I mean, it's true. Like everything, an example, all the pictures here, they like you see it on the Google, yeah. But if you think about the Earth like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You believe they went up and take the picture?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
This Earth is circle, so how they find the curve in that?
yeah,
From other planets?
yeah, that's
They
right.
went to the sun?
Oh, yeah, it's all make believe.
That's it then.
It's all imaginations and theories.
Yeah, an example, the plane go like that, right?
Right.
And then like that.
Yeah, and it flies level.
They never go like this.
And you haven't even looked at the pamphlet. You kind of know.
Straight. Have you been on the plane before?
Yes, I have, but it was pre my awakening to flat Earth.
Have
So,
you heard, like, you know the plane going straight, right?
right,
Not that.
and not dipping,
Down.
not dipping
Yeah,
its nose, not dipping.
Yeah, going straight on.
That's right.
And even the water, if you know what Abai, let's see,
Yeah, yeah.
it's going straight.
Yes.
It's going to go like that. So you need to think about it. I don't know.
No. I've already thought about it. We're all we know exactly what you know, but like I'm mesmerised because you haven't done any flat Earth research, but you know this.
I mean, I watch sometimes movies, but all the movies we see is, for example, Back to the Future, you know, the Segway.
Yes.
What they did it now,
Yeah.
they are showing us like
Yeah.
what's this
Little
happening in the
glimpses and
next.
things. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, even if you read the Bible, human beings gonna die. What they made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they made it like robot cops. This and that. There's too many homeless people, so they make it robot cops.
And there's 53 million pound a day that NASA's taking, and there's homeless people. We went through knowing about what was happening in Ethiopia, the plight of like millions of like starving people and that,
Yeah.
and we're still giving 53 million to NASA. Are they being serious?
And they made it like, you know what, robot cops. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But first, before you make an example, before you create something,
Yeah,
first you need to build the one
yeah.
in your hand.
Yeah,
They create, for an example, if one software out of the brain or something happens to the robot,
yeah,
and that's it, man.
Yeah.
Human beings, man.
yeah. That's right.
If you can't fight these robot
yeah.
cops,
Yeah,
that's it. They spend on NASA, they spend on the gun, this and that, with too many homeless people there.
right.
And at the end of the day, we're not gonna live in this world for
Yeah.
long, innit? Probably.
And your family and that they know what you know.
Oh, yeah, really, yeah.
Okay. I notice I keep away from belief, because I don't think it's a belief that you have. You either know something or you don't know
Me
something.
now, like,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
But even when I believe, I'm gonna say like science. Science, you can't see it.
That's
but
right.
When you believe, you can see it.
Faith.
Yeah.
Faith in scientism.
Yeah, if you know about Babylon.
Right, okay.
Babylon that
Yeah,
they made.
yeah,
Yeah. Why they made it is to catch God, right?
yeah,
But this time, the technology is too far.
yeah.
So they just went straight.
Right.
Yeah. They say it. We went straight down. And then we find this, we find that, but we never see it. Just
No.
find this, find that. Yeah, well,
So things like when you're watching like rockets go up and you kind of see them curve over, they're not.
oh yeah, we're gonna go in the curve over.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not gonna go far like that.
Right. So you get all that.
Yeah, but they're crazy.
Where are you on gravity? Did you come across gravity? Have you heard of that part of it?
Gravity.
Gravity?
Yeah, I know about gravity.
Okay. And is it real? Have you heard?
Gravity. If Earth is like that, Earth doesn't have gravity, right?
Okay.
So when you go on the plane, there's no gravity.
Right.
Probably when you go up.
Do you want me to explain how we see gravity? Gravity is nothing more. It's so simple. The molecules in this are heavier, they're more dense than the air around it. It falls through the air. The air with buoyancy wants to rise above it. It's density and buoyancy. Why a helium balloon flies? There is no gravity. What are they talking about?
They just, you know, they get we confused, they confused.
Yeah.
I say they don't know, they not confused. That's their plan, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a plan.
Yes.
An example, if they didn't say like that, that's it. You're thinking about about gravity, about this. You're not gonna think about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You say like an example. When I come here, you see like too many people, too many like education people.
Yeah.
But everything is already made.
That's right.
The
And-
phone is made.
Yeah.
This camera is made.
Yeah.
How many people from university? Too many people in university.
Yeah. All being brainwashed and
Yeah,
indoctrinated.
smart people in uni. When they go out, probably 8 or 9 people are gonna be genius, and then they
Yeah.
want them to take it.
That's right. There's no critical thinking. They're just regurgitating, repeating. You know, they haven't got a clue what it is they know.
Well, technology is good, but about the earth is first, you know.
Yes. Well, they seem to confuse the both. They say, you know, like they look at my phone. Well, science is brilliant because I've got this iPhone here. You know, like so, and they put the two together. No, we're talking about natural science and
They give you the. I got my phone.
Yeah.
You got your phone. You go somewhere else. If something happens to you,
yeah,
or if you are wanted, they're gonna search you on your phone. They can find you.
yeah,
Phone is your ID, mate.
yeah. Oh, that's
It's
right.
not, it's not just for phone.
Right. So you're awake to that as well.
The phone is not here, and yeah, no one following you.
Yeah.
But now, they can everywhere you go. They're just gonna search you and GPS on your
Yes. Yes.
TV all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You are under control and you lie. That's it.
We're all under control. Yes. That's. People ask me, well, why would they be hiding and lying to us and all that? And we just say control. We're under control. With the herd.
You're gonna be one.
Yes.
When you are one, you be like it.
Yeah.
That's it. An example, me, you, this all Nottingham, if it's one,
Yeah.
if you say like, oh, we don't want any bad person in Nottingham,
Yeah.
you can do it like that. If Nottingham is one.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna say like, oh, this is from this country, so you are separate, my friend. Oh, BBC on that,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
If they not you accept it till you die, that's it. And if you listen to music, some of them, they're gonna put for you.
Right.
What's happening?
Yes. Yes.
But they swear on that,
Yeah.
but they put like, what's happening? But we don't listen now, just singing on the beat.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, you get brainwashed.
Wow. So when you first come across and you're seeing all of this, was that a pleasant surprise for you?
Yeah,
That we're thinking outside the box?
Because I've been searching like even for myself for the day.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. I do this.
All right. Okay.
Every day I check like what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They just put other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
it's fake, but you need to know more.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. You've got to decipher what's real, what's not, and
Yeah, and I see about where is it,
Yeah.
where is it.
yes.
There's something when it's close.
Well, that's right. I don't know if you've seen the videos of it and that. Yeah. And so you see all the harnesses, you see all the green screen, the glitches, and yeah, it's complete nonsense. It is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know.
They're not in space. We haven't been to the moon. Water is flat. The Earth is level. It's flat.
When did they start researching about Earth? It's long ago, right?
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah.
But they didn't find still nothing. They say water.
Yeah.
So we didn't even see the water. They didn't put actual water.
Yeah.
They put some food on the machine.
Yeah.
Human being can't eat machine food, no way.
Right.
Need to be fresh. But we have already one world, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to do what we need to do in this world.
Yes.
Not other place. First,
Yeah.
just growing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Without a doubt.
But other
Yeah,
one.
that's right. We've got these problems to solve
Yeah,
first.
first
You know,
solve
like
this one.
yeah. But let's run away and let's start a whole new.
Being greedy, you have something, but looking for other stuff, like, it's not worth it.
Nonsense.
Yeah, you already want
Yeah,
one
yeah.
world,
Yeah.
have fun, enjoy your
Yeah.
life.
The thing is, I mean, we see objects in the sky, whether they're planets, luminaries, or whatever. We see something there, you know, like.
You see this
But I don't. We started to now understand, discover about propulsion in space and the vacuums and the pressures in vacuums and all that, the temperatures in space. They don't make sense, you know. Like, so we don't believe that they've been up there.
You know what? It's everything. It's on the
Yeah.
Bible, on the Quran, whatever you go. It's everything is about the earth. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Everything is right there.
Yeah.
So And if you say something here, probably nothing going to change because it's already right there. What's going to happen? Prime Minister going to stand up on other Prime Minister, world going to have fights. You know, too many stuff on the Bible. So we're just going to say like, that's it.
Yeah.
We just need to wait for it.
Yeah.
Until we find someone like, what's his name? The American, the wanted one. What's his name?
Oh,
The one with the glass on.
okay. It's not Snowden, is it?
Snowden, yeah.
Snowden.
Like he's a smart person.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
We need to wait for it. Snowden is my best.
Well, you give me a lot to think. Look, buddy, it was so nice talking to you. Your name is
Nathan.
Nathan. Well, there you go, Nathan.
Cheers, mate.
I'm mesmerised. Cheers, buddy. All right. How about that? Guy from Ethiopia, Nathan. He knows we're not on a ball. How about that, eh? Wow. I've just spoken to Nathan over there. I don't know if you heard a little bit of that.
Yeah. It's,
From Ethiopia. Knows he's not on the ball.
it's amazing how many non-Brits are interested, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been super indoctrinated.
Well, I mean, you look about here now, and we've got these banners up, and a lot of people just going about their own business, not really worried. Like we might have something important to say. It might be rubbish as far as they're concerned, but like they're not even wanting to investigate. Look how many people that are on the phones, just looking away, glued on the phones.
Probably checking your information.
I hope so. So you came from, what's it, Derby, you said?
Yeah, Derbyshire, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. So you've been...
Derbyshire, Leicestershire border, so I'll probably be in Leicester tomorrow as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Good.
If you need help.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So you've been watching the tour then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Any favourites? Which one's your favourite, do you think?
Well, actually, I think that the closer you got to the Midlands, the better they got.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Doncaster
Yeah.
and stuff like that coming down here.
Yeah.
Stoke, that
Yeah.
was a good one.
Yeah. That's right.
I nearly came to Stoke, but
That's an unusual place, Stoke, for us, that was. Like we couldn't work out where the town was.
Have you seen that? Well, it's on 5 hills. Stoke lies on 5 hills.
So it's like 5 different towns or something?
Yeah,
'cause-
5 different towns.
Right, that's
Hamley,
right.
yeah,
I was trying to tell people, saying, hang on.
Yeah, you was at Hamley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Near Stanley Matthews statue. wasn't it?
Yeah. We decided there.
The museum's just down the road from me.
Right. Oh, well, good start. Hello. And we're going to have the news at 3. Yeah. I say we got the marvellous John Thor. I hope he's not flat smacking our Ethiopian friend too much. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, so we've got Adam Meekham joining us today. Without me being too rude, this guy Adam Meekham, he knows his shit. Sorry. Yeah, pretty bright bloke. Sorry? I am Rome, yeah. I didn't really, he was showing us all his flat earth porn, as you would call it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, it's an unusual. I almost feel as though that if the fountain wasn't there, that there'd be a lot more people in the square. I think they spoiled it a bit.
I don't know, it's quite an attraction though, isn't it?
That's right.
People about,
Yeah. Right. So I managed to get my phone the right way up today. I was struggling, it was upside down for the whole day yesterday. I don't know why. Have you heard this guy? He is amazing.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah, from Ethiopia. Knows he's not on the ball with the other guy. Yeah.
He said that he's never really believed he's lived on the ball either.
Oh, are they together?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise you were together. Oh, right. I got you. And are you from Ethiopia as well? You're not?
Every player.
Ah, right, okay.
It's basically next to your favourite.
Yeah.
We're basically the same country, but same culture.
Yes. Because he was telling us that, you know, like
border difference.
like when you grow up in that, you kind of almost make a choice between science or yeah. And the very fact that, you know, like you kind of, you know that you're not on a ball, which is.
I mean, I always thought that was like
But I don't think they've looked at it from a scientific
No, that's
view
right.
as
See,
well,
we're just completely indoctrinated, brainwashed.
which I'm just imploring them to have a look at the science.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
just to
Well, I just
confirm-
mentioned about the
confirm what
gravity.
you already know.
It's a theory of gravity. There's no proof to it. It's you know, so we're
Hello there.
a little bit behind you
You're
guys.
aligned.
We're catching up, you know, but like, yeah, we're exploring this, and we know. We're, you know, I'm now 48, but 47 years of age, and I've just realised that I'm not living on a ball. It's unbelievable.
You believe that?
Of course, we all believed that we were on a ball. Everyone. I mean, if you'd have asked me a couple of years ago, I'd walk past here and I'd laugh at you.
You didn't believe it. You
No,
wouldn't believe it.
we're on a ball. Of course, we're on a spinning ball, flying through space at 1,000 miles an hour, whizzing one way, 67,000 miles an hour, travelling 500,000 miles, going through the galaxy. Yeah, we all thought we were bloody taken in. It's just ridiculous.
Hi guys.
I'm mindful now.
Yeah, yeah. But oh right, that's really good. Fantastic. Yeah, it's really good speaking to you guys. All right. Oh God, even his mate knows he's not on a ball. Just get this back here. Rubbish hanging about.
You always get skateboarders and pieces.
Yes. So you've had a few conversations, 2 or 3?
That's a scientist.
All right, okay. And he knows he's on the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was trying to teach me about. Well, he's actually a PhD in electrical scientist. So I want to start educating about gravity.
Okay.
Very nice man.
Right. And did you put him right? Explain to him. Yeah.
Well, I find it difficult to hear what he's saying. The fountain and he was just obviously.
Yes. All right. Okay.
So I'll see how that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know, try and steer people over to that corner.
Yeah, I've got a memory card.
Okay. All right. All right. Brilliant start. Hello. Hello. Hey. Hello. Oh, you're a cutie. You are a cutie. Yeah. You can come and sleep on my bed. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Beautiful.
No, but I bought a car pack in case anybody needs the car.
Oh, right. So you heard the shout out from Roxanne.
Yeah.
Look at that. Brilliant. That's excellent.
Got to charge your laptop up 6 times.
It's bloody hell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an Anchor one. All right. Yeah, I've used their products before. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm okay today. You can see I'm already. I'm charged up. I'm okay. That should keep me going for the day. Yeah. Yeah, scrubber. I know, right? I know. Huh. Here you go, buddy. Like a leaflet there. You all right? Oh. Right, buddy. Can I leaflet there? Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I decided I won't drag people to this. I'll ask if they want a leaflet. If they don't, it's no big deal. It'll always be their loss if they don't want to leaflet. They can carry on believing that they're on a 1,000 miles per hour spinning ball in space with water sticking to it. All right. Yeah. So I was having a little think about gravity last night. Oh, you got your leaflet. Yeah, I was having a little think about gravity, and if it was anything like the behaviour of a magnet, you know, some sort of force pulling something, I kind of thought that, well, at what level, you know, like let's say you put something in a big thick box and then surround it by another box and surround it by another box and another box, another box, you know, like and make it thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And then if you dropped something inside that box, that force, that magical Harry Potter wizardry force, still pulls that something inside that box down because of gravity. It's magic. It goes, penetrates anything, goes through anything, whether it be wall glass, steel, lead. This magic force, this pretend illusionary thing that no one knows what is, that you can't see, you can't smell, you can't quantify, you can't measure, you can't. The more I kind of think about gravity, and the more I know that it really is. It's bullshit. It is complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, check a leaflet there. There you go. Have you come across it before? Really? It's the most heated debate discussion on the internet currently, right now.
Something about it.
Yeah. Basically, we're not happy with the answers of science that we've been given. We're not happy at all, so we're asking questions.
Scientists are either.
Well, no, it gets even.
That's what science is.
Well, we're not happy with the explanation, let's say, of gravity. Now, gravity is the explanation of why water is sticking to a ball. Okay, so we're the centrifugal ball that is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and what is holding all this water to this ball in space?
Same thing that's holding the atmosphere on.
What's that?
The same thing that's holding the atmosphere on.
And that's
gravity.
Okay,
And it's spinning ball. It's got, and you spin something, it increases its mass.
So when you spin something, it increases its mass.
Yeah.
It's centrifugal. It throws things away.
Well, that's an aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on where you are relative to it.
Okay.
That's how I do the.
When you say it depends on where.
That's how the Voyager.
Voyager.
The trajectories of Voyager. They bounced off Jupiter, bounced off Neptune, and went all over Pluto. And
All right. Okay.
that's the centrifugal.
How do we know that?
Eh?
How do we know that?
Someone sat down at a typewriter.
No, but how do you know and how do I know?
Because I read about the Voyager.
So it's second-hand. It's something we have to believe in. Second-hand knowledge.
Well, I think it makes sense.
It did make sense to me. 47 years of age, and yeah, I believed in gravity. I believed in space. I believed in all of these rockets and things. But when
It's not a question of belief.
is it not second-hand knowledge? You have to have faith in somebody else.
It's a theoretical principle that works.
Yeah, but I've never did it. I never went to space, so it has to be my second-hand knowledge. And then I have to have faith in the person giving me that information.
It's an issue of faith and belief.
Faith and belief. Yeah. Quite right. Yeah. So we're asking things about you. You just said gravity. Then like that's what's kind of like holding water to a ball. Water going around the ball.
It doesn't really work like that. It's not like it's stuck. It's like you're stuck to the ground.
Okay.
You're not actually really stuck.
But it's still a theory that's never been proven. Gravity.
Well, the gravity.
Science doesn't know what it is.
Theory of gravity is a theory.
Okay, but that's right.
Disprove it.
Okay, but science
Someone
doesn't.
thinks of something better.
Well, science. It is. Yeah, if you grab a leaflet there, and there's a website inside there.
I want to be proved to. You know what I mean?
No, well,
Either side.
either side. So yeah. No, okay. So could it not be something as simple as density and buoyancy? The molecules in that are heavier than the air around it. That's why it drops. Okay, the air is more buoyant as it goes above the.
But if there was no gravity, then whether it was heavy or not wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah, but that's because we're taught that gravity is a measurement of weight and mass, and being pulled to Earth. That's what but that's nonsense. That has to become a belief. Science can't prove this.
It's a phenomenon that exists.
But science can't prove this. There is no proof that gravity exists. You have to believe something.
Well, it makes sense.
Well, it does. If you believe in magic. Is it not magic? Where is the gravity? Where is it? Where is the gravity? Why is it selectful?
It's the weakest force in the universe.
Why does it let? See, I think it's strong. I mean, because relatively speaking, right now I'm stood upside down, and it's hot. Oh, I'm not upset. I'm not upset about it. No, I'm not upset. But lots of people, like myself, we believe that we were on this spinning ball in space. Okay, and the thing that I was indoctrinated with was the fact that gravity is holding us upside down.
Why would someone indoctrinate you?
I don't know. When we find who it is, we'll ask them. But I don't know, because I'm not doing the lying.
It's the simplest solution.
Which is density and buoyancy. Because you're saying simplest solution, but if I ask you what is gravity, then what is gravity?
You've been lied to about gravity. It's not gravity.
Okay.
It doesn't make any difference.
Then what is gravity?
Well,
What is it?
Of course, it's a phenomenon that is encountered when you've got an object that's spinning.
Is it?
That's why there's less gravity.
But then that would be centrifugal.
That's why there's less gravity on the Earth. Some gravity on the Earth.
But that,
Because it's turning around the Earth. There's an element of gravity on the Earth, just not as much.
how do we know that? It's meant. They say 1/6 the gravity. That's what they say. They can't prove that, but there is no proof to that. That's what I'm saying. Here on Earth right now,
For anything,
well, density and buoyancy, like the molecules on this are heavier than the air. You just said then the simplest solution is probably the right one. Is that not the simplest? Helium balloons rise because they don't care what gravity thinks. Density and buoyancy.
It does to a point, because helium's not going to escape.
Sorry?
Helium's not going to
Well, it'll
escape.
burst eventually through pressure.
It behaves in accordance with gravity, and it's not going to escape out into the atmosphere.
Well, talking about atmosphere, if there's, how can we have all our atmosphere and there's the largest vacuum known to mankind up there, not sucking our atmosphere away? Surely we should be contained. Gravity again. So gravity is pulling everything down. Okay, so it sounds like a really strong force to me. But
It's a weak force, which is very insistent.
okay, so explain weak. It's a weak force.
I can't remember this.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, and I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
It's what's called a weak force.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not like
How can we prove this?
magnetism.
Okay, that's right. So how can we prove it though? We can repeat our education, but how can we prove it? If I'm a child and I'm coming here for the first time and say, Dad, please explain to me.
That's the only way to prove it.
Well, what I'm
To
saying-
have something in space, spin it round, see if it
Okay.
well, what it's likely to
See
do.
this guy here, Henry
The
Cavendish.
gravitational force is different from the magnetic force.
Oh yeah. But I don't know how that anyone can prove this.
Well, you need two poles.
Two poles. Okay, as in north south.
Yeah.
Okay. Henry Cavendish, he says that he proved the existence of the gravity, okay, in a barn. Put two lead balls together and then went in his another building, got his telescope out and watched these two balls get attracted to each other, okay? One mass attracting another mass, okay? So this is what they teach. This is the only kind of proof that gravity exists in the whole history of mankind. The only proof, and yet you can't repeat it.
This is the way you can prove it, your theory as well. trees grow up, not down. So why there is gravity pulled up that actually pulls us down? Why don't trees grow downwards?
Why don't
yes,
level?
At one point, you need the sun to grow the trees. But why does the roots grow first before the actual tree gets to the top of the actual soil?
I never give it a thought that, but it makes sense.
In aspects, you have to have gravity everywhere. There's gravity everywhere, down, upwards. But what's the sun does? It all depends on the tightness of the actual where the earth is at the top. So just say the earth does say is a circle. If the circle is at the limb, that could the sun is pulling up the energy at the top. How does the energy get built up in the earth? It's exactly the same as the sun. Is it cold or hot? Everybody says heat. Heat is a gravity. So because without heat or cold, you have no gravity. You press like that, you have electrical charge or charge.
Okay.
So if something's rubbing like the actual rubber, it has to rub at a certain amount.
Yeah.
So every time you rub your hands, it's warming up, then causes kind of a gravity pull. So as soon as you do that, it pushes and pulls. That's exactly the same as the earth.
Static.
So in aspects, yes, sun does cause the tree to grow. It needs nourishment of like us. We grow up, we need nourishment from the sun. The better, the quality, more quality of the sun, the better we grow. In aspects of the tree, it still needs nourishment of the ground. It still needs the actual feed of something, apart from just the rain. So where does it actually feed from? People say it has to feed from the leaves. Yes, it does in some aspects, but the majority actually of the actual feed is from the actual ground itself, a bit like us. So in aspects, it needs both in aspects to actually live. The taller it is, the longer the actual roots of the tree. So in aspects of the gravity is not just one way, it's all directions. So Einstein's theory, or what was his name?
So Isaac Newton first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac Newton turned around and said the apples fell off the tree.
Yeah.
Well, in that aspect, yes, but in Australia it falls the same way, it falls down.
Okay.
So how can it fall down
Falls down.
when it's upside down?
Okay, that's
Well,
right.
it's not upside, it's only right upside down relative to your position.
But that's what we're told.
To itself,
If you've got a gravity pull in aspect
relative to your, relative to yourself, because everything's, pulling into a central point.
yeah, that's
But in a sense, being upside doesn't quite make sense. That my friend in Australia is upside down.
Yes.
So it doesn't really mean anything.
But there is a theory.
It's just a semantic trick, basically.
Why is there in Australia the water goes opposite way, doesn't it? Than what
I
we
don't
do?
know.
No.
So it's to do with its hemispheres and gravity.
Yeah,
And
but what you'll have,
Okay.
what happens with the ground, it gets slides over. So basically, in this side is
you're
pointing to the
conflating a
south.
lot of issues.
The south part, the Earth has to keep moving in different directions to cause the gravity energy or build up a heat. What causes the electrical charge? What keeps the ozone layer around us? The Earth causes
Gravity
Yeah,
produced by the fact that it's spinning round.
but if it's spinning around,
That's
and
stop
again,
spinning, everything can fly
centrifugal.
that's it. Yeah.
Centrifugal makes things fly off. When you're on a roundabout and you're spinning
But it
around.
doesn't work like that.
So you're saying,
Centrifugal force is only going to work relative to where you are in it.
but it still it still pushes things outwards.
If you've got your spinning ball,
It doesn't pull things
fly
in.
your spaceship off, you're going to approach it, all spinning out, you approach it now, it's going to go, whoa, like what you want. If you get too close, it's
Okay.
going to crash.
Okay. What?
I could have repeated all this 2 years ago,
Okay.
but I don't believe it.
There's a way of actually proving the theory of Earth and everything else. We're standing here, foot on the ground, a bit like Earth. Earth is basically in the middle of all the other planets. Third planet from the sun, I think. No, not third, purple planet. I can't remember the sun. But where we are is essential, right? But the planets can't be staying where they are. They have to keep on moving. So where we are, we're moving around. But where we are, the moon has to move as well. So it's up, down, whatever. To cause that and keep it relative where it is, it has to have three things. It has to have heat, it has to have cold, and it has to have an element of push and pull. So basically, wherever you have heat, you have cold. Wherever you have cold, you have heat. It's a bit like a tornado. The crucial effect of the planet to be where you are, you have to have cold and hot to work together. So the sun's moving down there, this side. no scientists, and this is a thing, can turn around to me and say they know where the hot parts of space is and where the cold space is. Where the hot places will be the weakest part of that solar system. Where there's cold, there'll be more force. Because when you've got cold, you have a force pushing against you. When you have heat, it's a bit like metal, it weakens the actual fact of the So gravity has a lot to do with it, because gravity has to have a heat source. The colder it is, the more force you have. The hotter it is, it means the weaker it is, the ozone layer. Now, the gravity, the hole in the ozone layer is
Can't really follow it.
No, look, I mean, we're talking about you're talking about what, like space and that. How can we prove any of this?
well,
Theories again.
basically where we are now,
Okay.
as an Earth,
Yeah.
we have to have the scientists just want to know how to get to the end of the solar system
Okay.
and get to the other solar system.
So we'll have to come up with a theory.
The theory is two ways: find out where the heat and cold is in
Yeah,
space,
yeah.
work out the coldest areas and the hot, and when they start,
Yeah.
because it's going to be like a season in outer space, like Earth, because it has to, because where we are, and the sun hits, because it's not always.
Have you heard the term scientism?
Heard of it, but I'm not sure what.
So we're suggesting that most of science and what you're saying, it's a religion. You have to have this belief and faith in what it is that you're saying on these theories.
I do, and I
you know.
believe in God as well. And
Okay.
people turn around to me and say, well, do I believe in God? Because God doesn't exist. He does exist.
Okay.
And he's always turned around to man and woman and said, the basis of Earth is one thing.
Right.
We are an element of one cell.
Yeah.
We grow from one cell because we have become from him.
Yeah.
But they'll say we come from monkeys. Well, we didn't just come from monkeys, and it's a proven fact that before monkeys we come from fish. Because before fish there was atoms and.
How can we prove
well,
any of that?
Well, how can you prove that there
No,
weren't?
that's what I'm saying. But we can't just go on the premise of I can't prove a negative. But like we can't just turn around and say that we come from monkeys when we still got monkeys. We come from there's lizards about, but we see lizard fossils. You know, like, and it's the same. I don't believe in creationism. I don't believe in Darwinism.
The only way we can prove it from hands down
Yeah.
is knowing more about DNA.
Time travel.
Yeah,
That's the only time that you're ever going to prove something like that.
DNA is wrote down.
Yeah.
I better go anyway.
Look, it's really. Did you grab a leaflet? Did you?
I did, yeah.
Look, thanks for talking to us. You know, like. It gets deep, this subject. No problem, buddy. Yeah, look, I'll probably agree with you on quite a lot of things here in that. We're suggesting that we are on a flat Earth, and this is only because that we've given up on the magic theory of gravity. You know, like we've given up, the beliefs that we've ever even been to space. I don't know. Do you believe
I
that?
believe we've been in space. I think we've gone out, but
Okay.
there is a window. They said about the ozone layer.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a hole in the ozone layer.
Okay.
What it means is we've taken it's like a car engine.
Yeah.
Right, you take the elements of an engine like water, oil,
Okay.
antifreeze out of it,
Yeah.
or any of that, or even take away the air. What happens to the engine? It can still run for so long
Okay.
if you take one of the elements, but not for so long.
Right.
Or it'll run badly.
Okay.
It's exactly the same as Earth. What we
Yeah.
do is dig in gold,
Yeah.
silver, bronze, all the natural processes of Earth that are supposed to be there.
Where does our information come from for like the ozone and what's happening to it and that?
Okay.
Where does it come from, that information?
And TV.
Would it be maybe NASA, space agencies
Yeah,
and things?
probably, yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in the moon landings? Let's start there.
Not to a certain extent, no.
Okay, right. So I had a feeling that we might agree on a few things.
Yeah.
And that. Okay, so we don't believe in the moon landings. Full stop. Okay, we think if they're lying to us on the one of the biggest lies of of our history, that that we went to the moon and that, and there's lots of evidence that supports that we didn't and that. How can we believe the rest of the evidence that comes? You're talking about the ozone and that.
Yeah.
And it all fits everything that they say to us in that it fits, and you mentioned about the ozone and that, and I agree. I would have agreed a little while ago.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, you
From
go
South,
ahead.
There is one way of proving the thing.
Go on.
Just say they're taking in consideration the Earth is warming up because they're enjoying because of global warming.
All right.
Global warming is caused by us, but what we're taking away the most of,
Yeah.
salt.
Yeah.
Salt's underneath the mountains.
Yeah.
What does salt do in the aspects of the mountain? It's a control of heat
Okay.
from the Earth's core.
Right.
So basically, you've got heat coming from underneath it
Again.
and down from the bottom.
Yeah.
The salt spreads out like crystal,
Yeah.
like fibers.
Okay.
But if you take that away, what's going to happen? A load of heat's going to go through it,
Yeah.
hit that area, there's nothing to stop it, it's just there. That's going to start warming up. That part's going to start warming
Yeah.
up. If you've got water above it,
Yeah.
you've got heat coming from there,
Yeah.
heat coming from there, and you haven't got nothing to keep the water
Okay.
at a certain corners.
Yeah.
And that is why it's so very vital
Yeah.
that we should look at what we're taking out and what we shouldn't take out.
Yeah.
Because salt is a very good part of parcel in the mountain
Yeah.
to keep that area cool.
Yeah.
If we take too much out, it can't spread around.
Yeah.
It's like a fibre.
That sounds. That model sounds okay. Okay. I'll say okay for a second. But a lot of that was based on, you just brought in the core of it, Earth's core, okay? What's it, the heat and that generated from the Earth's core and things, okay? How do we know about the core, the magma, the mantle, the inner core, outer core and that? How do we know about that? The deepest we've ever drilled is 7 miles. We've got no evidence, no proof what's below your feet.
That's 50 metres. Because
7 miles. Oh, 7
7 miles,
miles and something. Yeah, 7 point something.
What's the tallest building in the world? That's it, because they didn't want that.
All right, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you see what I'm saying? I mean, we're talking about a smidge, you know, like,
Of what we're supposed to know.
and we don't know what's on there. They're saying like there's that we've got this iron core down there and that, and it's would that be a magnetic core that that brings some sort of force?
Well,
Is that is that what's gravity coming from? That we don't know where it's coming from?
The gravity's basically a movement. Earth has to move at, like, it's not just going spinning, it can't
Okay.
just do. The Earth is slowing down. How do we conclude that? The slower the volume of liquid or the
Okay.
magnum in the Earth
Okay.
is basically based on how fast.
And
it
how
is.
deep is that? Where are they measuring that from?
It all depends on how far. It could go all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
There is
Bottom. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that I think you're really educated. I think you've probably got a lot of intelligence there as well. But I think that you're believing too much in the education that can't be proven.
That's wrong, because we can't actually prove
Okay.
that the Earth is slowing down. We
Right.
can prove that the Earth is in the danger, because it is
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
danger. But everybody's saying, blaming the sun, what's going.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we've got two effects. If the Earth is slowing down, it's causing one thing. There's not causing enough
Okay.
electric around the Earth. What is the ozone zone?
Right.
The ozone zone is run off electric. The Earth is electric, so are we. Our heart causes a pulsation. What causes
Again, I agree with you there. So I said we'll agree on quite a few things.
Our body is the Earth,
Yeah.
as Earth is our body.
Okay.
So basically, how we work in these two things, like our brain to run a heart. Our heart is our brain.
Right.
Without the two, we can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And our lungs to breathe.
Okay.
So you have 3 factors of what we need. Earth has exactly the same thing
Yeah.
as it needs. But then you got the 4th thing, what has to work,
Yeah.
is the gut.
Yeah.
Be eating. Well, Earth doesn't eat, it does. It eats us to give trees survivability.
A cycle.
A recycle. People
Yeah.
go, well, hold on a minute, I'm a vegetarian or a
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah.
Fair play, but what does it need? Well, trees grow in the water, it goes there. Hold on a minute, it needs animals to grow.
Yeah.
Without the minerals in that ground, because you've got insects.
Yeah.
You have insects, you have meat,
Yeah.
you have everything what dies in the actual
Yeah.
ground.
Okay.
So in aspect for a tree to grow,
Yeah.
it needs us as well. It
Yeah.
needs meat, it needs 5
Yeah.
vitamins, it needs exactly the same.
Yeah.
How much all depends on what we're giving it.
Okay.
How does a tree die?
Yeah.
All depends on if it's getting enough nutrients
Yeah.
or taken away, a bit like our body.
Yeah.
If we build around here and give it that tree, yes, it's
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
and green,
yeah.
it looks good, but what's the missing? If you build over the concrete or put
Yeah.
tile over the actual thing, what's going to happen? It's
Yeah.
going to try to get up.
Yeah.
It's trying to find food.
Yeah.
So like insects, water is finding everything around it to try to keep growing to a bit taller.
Yeah.
If you don't have insects or anything dying near its roots, you don't have a tree that will last for years.
Let me. I actually. I agree on all that. I don't disagree with any of that. Let you. Have you got a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
But a bit more. Let me get you to examine a few bits. Have you heard of Pythagorean's theorem? Have you heard of that?
No.
This is what they call spherical trigonometry. Okay. So we're meant to be on this ball. Okay. There would have to be a mathematical formula for the curvature drop. Okay. So it's based on this spherical trigonometry. Okay.
Right.
So if we're stood on Blackpool
Yeah.
and based on 65 miles to the Isle of Man,
Yeah.
okay, it should drop, that curvature drop should drop 2,584 feet. All of this should be over the curvature. The highest mountain is 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
But on a good clear day, okay, and an experienced photographer, this was in the Blackpool Gazette, you can see it. Okay, I went there recently. I only seen the windmills and that. I didn't see the land and that. You've got to have a really exceptionally good clear day. Okay, so why should we be able to see it? This is Dover to Calais. It's only 24 miles, but based on the curvature chart, 300 feet should be hit missing. But we can see it. This is 273 miles, and yet we can still see distant lands. Why can we see it? You know, like 3 miles should be hidden. It's actually a lot more than 3 miles. I seem to have got my figure wrong. I'm shortchanging myself. A lot should be missing. You know, but we can see this. I could create an encyclopedia of all lands and objects that over a certain amount of miles that we shouldn't be able to see that over the curvature.
Well, you've got 2 things, a bit, 3 or 4 things that you haven't taken into consideration.
Okay.
You took in weather.
Okay. Atmospheric conditions. Okay. Yeah.
That's one you've taken in.
Yeah.
But the other ones are the movement of Earth.
Okay.
So the Earth has to move at certain times. The waves. So if you were in the middle of the sea,
Yeah.
all depends on the wave by the time. We
Three-
go by.
Okay. But we're talking 3 miles.
Yeah, but even though you've got 3 miles or 2 miles, we go by sea level.
Okay. That's right.
Sea level can be any point, higher or lower, any time of where the moon is or where the actual.
So we're told. Yeah.
So basically, we're getting the measurements of the sea level, that's the bottom of the sea to the top.
Okay.
Don't forget, you've got different parts of the sea, lower and higher.
Okay.
Different parts of the earth is lower and higher.
Yeah.
So sea level in aspects is kind of bullshit, because the sea level can go higher than the actual point of sea. So that can block a lot of the actual sea as well.
I mean, I got to say, and I see the tides and that. I see them go up like 10, 20 feet and that.
Yeah.
We're talking over 3 miles high.
Yeah, but don't forget, no matter what, our Earth is actually always moving. It won't just go by what they say. So you just got a ball, the ball's, they say it's tilted. The Earth does tilt.
Yeah.
Tilt
I don't know how we can prove that, but okay.
but it always tilts, it's on a tilt, it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But it has
It's relative to something.
yeah,
Okay.
it has to flicker like this.
Yeah.
Literally like that, but it has to always twist. It has to keep on moving, a bit like us. We can't just sit there and just do nothing.
Okay.
Earth has to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Because energy, the ability of how as strong as the ozone layer,
Yeah.
we need electric.
Yeah.
Electric is the ozone. So basically, if I wanted electric, I don't need a power station.
Yeah.
So they turn around and go, that's bullshit. No, what I would need is 2 things.
Yeah.
The Earth. Earth is the electric itself. How can you do that? Well, all I need is acid and alkaline.
Okay, alkaline.
If I get 2 of them, put possibly and put negative
Yeah.
in one of the areas,
Yeah.
I have a battery.
Okay.
But you can run an hour itself without having a battery. It's the electric of itself.
Right. Okay.
It's built for
Let me move you on. Let me move you on. This is NASA's official image. 2012, 2013. Go on their website. You're getting flying ants on me. 2012, 2013. That's NASA's pictures. That's the what's it? North continent of America.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see a problem?
I haven't got my glasses, I do apologise.
Okay, but you can see this like this yellow line, can you see? And it looks bigger than the other yellow line. So America shrank by a half in 1 year. That's official NASA pictures. Okay, so we're saying that every picture, every photograph of Earth that you've ever seen, we're suggesting that you've never seen a real photograph. There's a guy here called Robert Sims. He works for NASA. He says he actually creates these photographs. He said that all they are is just high altitude photographs, you know, and we layer, we stitch them all together called composites, and then we wrap them around the 3D blank sphere, and we add layering of clouds and things and make it all look pretty, and there you go, voila, you have a photograph, and it's sold to you as a photograph. Okay, so I'm suggesting also that when planes ascend, because they fly with an artificial horizon, when they ascend you'll see that change, and then when they fly level all the way from here to Australia, you'll see that stay level all the way, and then you'll see it descend. Okay, that is meant to invert. Okay, but it doesn't. It flies level all the way to Australia. Okay, we've got people that have made tests with phones. They've been on aeroplanes. They put like bubbles and things on their phones and that, and once up there, they're level all the way. This is Walter Lewin. He's a physics lecturer, and he says that a gyroscope that these are originally inside. He said that they're rigid in space, and gravity has no effect on them. They're rigid, you know, like so. So when this goes over the ball and comes round, it should be a significant change. Okay, but it doesn't. It flies level. The newer models are based on like inertia, like a MEMS device in a phone and that, you know, like, and yet I can put a level on here, and I can tip it upside down, and I can see like my bubbles invert and all that. You can see a significant change. But when you're on an aeroplane, it flies level. Okay, how does my phone know? Even if I turn GPS, how does my phone know that I'm not in my lounge or I'm on an aeroplane? I've turned my GPS off, and yet it still reacts the way I expect it to react. Okay, but it's not. It's meant to invert, but it doesn't. As I say, that along with the land, along with water, it always finds its level. We can see water here. You know, like it doesn't matter how high it is, it will come down. It will always find the lowest level, and then it will remain flat.
The one thing you should put in here.
Go on.
That has sun for 6 months.
Well, that's right. We've got the 24-hour sun in the north.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's so much evidence on YouTube. You can see that. You know, like loads of people have filmed it, and we can't find none for the south.
Yeah. But there's another thing as well. What's the true north and what's the true south?
Okay.
You've got a true north.
Yeah.
And you've got a false north.
Yeah.
People say the North Pole is dead center of north.
Yeah.
It's not.
No. I accept
the North
that.
Pole, when you get to the North Pole, then you get to a little pole where the class is north.
Okay.
It's not actually true. The North Pole, they'll say the North Star's the true star. Actually, that ain't either.
Yeah.
Because the true north is around the North Pole. But what is the true north? The energy where it's the strongest.
Yeah.
Where's the energy supposed to be? North Pole. Why is it so cold?
Yeah.
Because energy is, like I said, the colder it is,
Okay. Yeah.
the hotter it is, the weaker it is. Why we got to enter a hole, they say, because we have a weakness on the core of Earth. We're digging away.
Again, we bring in like the core and that, and it's unproven.
Yeah, but
It fits their model that they've designed with mathematics.
it is being proven. Because I'll tell you why. How long have we been digging gold? How long have we been digging silver? How long have we been digging all the minerals from our Earth?
Okay.
From the moment we started digging, we lose it. Gold is a reflection. So if you had gold in certain areas, it reflects a lot of the heat back from that direction, that direction. It does exactly the same as silver, but it doesn't hold it. It reflects it. If you have steel, it holds it in that area.
Okay.
If you have salt, it spreads it out.
And how does that help us with the
So
core?
basically, if it helps us with the core, it helps us to keep the temperature of Earth at a certain temperature and thrive at a certain temperature, and it doesn't break down.
Okay.
So if it keeps the water at certain corners. The North Pole is breaking up because it's heating up too quick. There's nothing to keep the corners. So just say I put a block up here, and I took the dams. You ever heard of dams? Dams cause a lot of the earth to slow down. Did you know that? So basically, if I build a dam,
Well,
it slows down the
okay,
earth
yeah.
by, just say, about 3 seconds at a time.
Right, okay. I'll try not to be disrespectful for you. For me, I actually think all that's nonsense.
Actually, no, it's not.
Okay.
The reason why, the water actually makes the earth move.
Right.
If you start, just say I stopped it here, and I've got some land here,
Yeah.
I've got water, and I've got a dam here.
Yeah.
What's happening in the current of water? It spreads out. It has to go somewhere else.
Okay.
I slow down the current of water. I slow it down time.
Yeah.
Of earth. The earth is not moving as quick as what it's doing.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing is, we see no movement. I mean, I don't.
field effect.
No. It's been scientifically measured. It doesn't move. Scientifically
No, it
measured,
does
peer
move.
reviewed. Come here. Come and look at this. Excuse me, chaps. Come and look at this. This is Aries failure. This is
but
peer reviewed, scientifically. What's it?
What does anything follow? Heat.
Okay.
So the volume of heat, anything will follow because it's the weakest part.
Okay.
So what's cold, it's cold follow.
Yeah.
So just say you've got a cold spot here and you've got ice here, it can't follow, it will bang into it, it will take another path.
Okay.
If you have something what's weak and you've got hot around there and nothing like a melted lava,
Right.
it will move in that direction. So just say you've got a lava under here and you put a magnet there what's got low dose, got water spot iron in it.
Okay.
So it will follow the path of the actual magnet.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
the water is following it.
Yeah.
It's going around the earth, it's following the path of the magnet
Okay.
as well. Because it's a direction of the path of what it's doing.
See, some of that makes sense. I was just about to say, oh yeah, I agree with you on that, but then you said about the magnet
The magnet
further on,
has to go in a certain path. If you block
and that's
it-
proved.
Yeah, there has to be.
Where can I find that?
It's a bit like your body.
Yeah.
What have you got? You have, what colour is your, for example, you have blood, what colour is your blood?
Sorry.
What colour is your blood?
Uh,
Who's one going on?
I would say it's dark blue and it's red, isn't it?
Blue is in your body.
In
and
body.
It's got oxygen.
Yeah, yeah.
Red has got carbon dioxide in it.
Okay.
And basically it's touching the air.
Yeah.
So your red is bad, it's going back to the heart, goes in your heart, it will oxidise and comes through your body.
Okay.
It's exactly the same the lava.
Yeah.
You've got bad lava and you've got good lava. Your body is your earth.
Okay.
Wherever it has a path all the time going back to one point.
And all this can't be on a flat Earth, because it kind of because it sounds as though it can be.
It has to be a curve, though it may not be completely flat,
Okay.
but it has to have a certain curve. The reason why it's like a big spin is a big spin flat, completely flat. Because if it is, it doesn't have that kind of thing. We have to stay in a circle, so it has to be slightly bent, keeping the direction of where we are,
Yeah.
to be in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we're where we are, why don't we move from there?
Of course you can.
I'm already a flat earther.
Oh right, okay.
So if we are where, just say you're standing there, why don't you look from there? And I'm going to go around you.
Yeah, okay.
I'm moving around you.
Yeah.
It's because
Yeah.
the Earth is an aspect only tied by one thing,
Okay.
heat and cold.
Right.
I'm not going to force myself over here because it's too cold. Over here it's it's warm.
Right.
So I'm following the path of the heat of the sun.
Yeah.
The warmer it is, the better it is. But don't forget, we are conducted by the moon and other planets. What are the other planets? They like that fuses.
Yeah.
Each planet are different sizes for a reason. For the amount of energy that goes to your planet, it takes a lot of the energy that is actually going towards it.
Yeah.
So it's basically like a conductor or a conductor.
It sounds like. Where have you learnt all of this?
Well,
Because I mean, you seem really highly educated.
well, in aspects of energy, you
Okay.
need to get to where the light gets to. Where
Yeah, yeah.
So you need a certain amount of light going to certain planets
Okay.
to survive, or heat.
Yeah.
If you have too much heat going like Mars or anywhere else, you can't live on it.
Okay.
If you do, what kind of life lives on it? And there is proof that there was life before
Yeah.
us.
Right. These are the questions that we're asking. How is all this proved?
5 centuries of looking back.
That's what we're investigating. We can't find the proof. We can't find the evidence.
Was there a north and south? Don't forget, north and south swapped.
Okay. We believe south is in every direction.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
you've still got north.
Okay.
How did
Well,
they
north
swap?
is in the middle. Okay.
They flipped.
Okay. I don't know who's ever said that. I mean, and how can we prove that? Again, that's a theory.
No, it's not a theory. It's
Okay.
actually-
So there's someone who's proved it.
Yeah, it's proved
Who's
that
it?
man-
Do you know who he is?
I don't know. Because I was saying for years that the North Pole was thinning. When I watched the cyclone there, and it was never on again, I was like, hang on a minute, they never said. There was a guy who actually turned around and goes, North is swapped over thinning. And
Yeah.
it's
I've
how
heard.
long?
I've heard of this story
It's
before.
like the track, it's
Okay.
like the trees.
Yeah.
The thicker it was, the longer it stayed in that position.
Okay.
So if it was a map pit and the magma is that
Yeah, yeah,
hard,
yeah.
it stayed in for so long.
Well, we just mentioned before about we can't find any evidence of this 24-hour sun in the south. Okay, we can't. We know that we can't. That no one has ever. All these explorers and that. No one has ever flew over north to south. You know, one of the last expeditions known to mankind. You know, like to literally get in an airplane and circumference 24,900 miles right the way around north to south. No one's ever done
But
that.
like I said to you before, the water only follows one path. It will
Yeah.
follow a path of what it needs to go. So basically, if I start in England
Yeah.
and I let the sails, no sails, just follow the water,
Yeah.
not the wind, it will only follow the water itself to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I'm following the path of the water, not
Yeah.
the wind. And it will take me exactly where I need to a point of where I think the water's going.
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to go to there,
Yeah.
it will take me there because the water is following the heat source,
Yeah.
the magma source.
Okay.
The metal is in the water, again back to the metal.
Yeah.
Heat and magnetic.
I'm going to stop you there. We are so far apart. I've enjoyed listening to you in that. My name's Jason. Yours.
My name's Francis.
Yeah. I can see that you are educated. I can see that and that. I feel that you believe in a lot of theories, and I am so far apart of the believing in theories. You know, like without proof. I demand evidence. I want proof in that, and that's the thing that's always been lacking when I ask, like certain questions. I like listening to you and that, but I've come a long way. I'm going to circulate and meet other people.
look after yourself.
No, and you too. It's great talking to you. Cheers. Right. He's cordial and that. I don't think he's a troll and that. I think he's been. I think he's high. It seems so. He's educated and that, but I don't know if you noticed that every time that I challenged him on anything, he quickly moved on to the next subject. Every time there was nothing that he would answer. Absolutely nothing. He just moved on to the next question. This is the problem with education and that. Would you like to leave it there? Okay. All right. Are you all right? Yeah. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm a flat earther.
You're a flat earther. That's what I'm saying. Well, you're with us.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm being left-handed. Your name is? Riz.
Yeah, I'm from Nottingham, so I thought I'd come show my support from Nottingham.
Oh, I'm having to sit down.
The fact that you always at London Speakers Corner, I thought that was fantastic, and I thought if you're coming to Nottingham, I'm going to make the effort to come see you.
Brilliant.
So it's a positive thing that you're doing because you're spreading the truth about where we are,
Excellent.
and it's a good thing. And I thought I'd give you some new knowledge that you might not know.
Oh, go on. I'm all for it. Although I've just had a lot of education that I don't agree with. But you give me something I want.
I've got the education to back you up. I'm a scientist, physicist, electronics engineer.
Jeez.
I've got all the science behind me, but in terms
Tell
of
us.
knowledge
Tell
and
us.
food-
Tell us.
But yeah, the Earth, as you know, is flat. Basically, sun and moon, same size. The moon used to be a sun, and it was blotted out to make it into a moon. For basically, if you have two suns,
Okay.
would we ever have night?
No, that's right. Okay.
So the moon was created as a lamp to basically guide you, you know, basically to be able to see where you're going at night
Because
time.
it looks like a light or
Yeah.
something, you know, like
The moon has got its own light.
yes.
The sun's got its own
So you
light.
accept it's its own light source.
Yes,
You
that's right,
accept that.
100%. But
Right.
obviously, that's going against modern
Yeah,
science,
of course.
I'm a lunatic and I'm crazy.
Well, yeah.
I never understood science.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what-
I've got a 2XL straight jacket. What's yours?
I think I saw a video on yours where you said that you felt alone, that you were the only person.
Yeah.
I thought that's me exactly, because
Yeah.
everyone around you is so plugged into the system, they don't understand what's happening. You feel like you're the only one who's aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
I thought I better come down today and
Yeah. Guys, I'm actually sat down. This guy is a big guy in that, but he's not that big. I'm sat down.
I'm very friendly. I'm not dangerous.
I was just looking at you on the video. It looks as though you're all the way up there.
I'll sit down if you want. Yeah, sorry.
No, oh, there you go. We're on the same level now. Yeah, so that's brilliant. That's excellent. Tell us more. Have you got anything else that I need to know?
Yeah. Basically, the thing is, when you start to get into the subject, you have to learn. It's compulsory to learn about every other subject that you can think of, which relates to it. One is history, and one is facts and truth and knowledge. So if I give you a few names,
Okay.
these are great, big people in time, and you've got to understand where the facts and knowledge come from. So Alexander the Great, have you ever heard of him?
Yes, I've heard of him. I haven't. Nothing to do with flat Earth. No, I haven't.
No. It has to do with flat Earth.
Okay.
You'll find out about it. This is what I'm
Excellent.
saying.
Right.
Jesus, you've heard of him?
Oh yeah.
Yep. How old was Alexander? I'm going to give you a number. Once you know this number, you know everything, and you'll know what the numbers to do with.
Okay.
Alexander the Great died at 33.
Right. Oh.
You know what that number is?
Okay. We're going into the Masonic realms.
Yeah, this is what it's to do with.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesus died at 33. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Basically, the number 33 is coincident. Obviously, it's to do with the Freemasons, but there's a reason why they put it out there. It's to let you know what they claim to have is esoteric knowledge which is hidden from the normal people out there.
Yeah.
They feel illuminated, so-called illuminated, because they're not.
Yeah.
They're misguided. That's what they are. But in terms of knowledge, they throw the number 33 out there to let their kind know that this is false information that we're giving out there.
Yeah.
So Alexander the Great didn't die at 33. Jesus didn't die at 33. But what I'm trying to get at is Alexander the Great went to the place where the sun sets. He went to the land of darkness.
Okay.
Yeah. So according to science, the sun never sets. Yeah. According to the flat Earth theory, you believe the sun goes around the firmament with the moon. Yeah. But if you look at the Book of Enoch, which is the Bible.
Just been talking about it. Yeah.
You know about the Book of Enoch, the portals of the eastern part of the heaven, the western part.
Not read it yet. I will force myself to. I'm not a big reader, but I have to.
I wasn't a big
No,
reader.
no,
but
that's
I
right.
wasn't a big reader, but it's when you start collaborating all these different knowledges and history
Yes.
and finding out how they fit together
Yeah.
and whether it's the truth or not, and then it's creating facts out of that. And that's
Yeah,
what you've got to do.
it has to be. But, it's been suggested 3 times today, so I have to now.
Yeah. But basically, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
In the Bible, it says that God created the earth flat and movable.
Yeah.
Yep. And in the Quran, it says God created the earth spread out, flat. Yep.
Okay.
People say it wasn't flat.
Yeah.
It'll say spread out, which
Yeah.
is fine. I'm happy with spread out.
Yeah.
But then it says He placed the mountains therein, create fixed, firm, and movable. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
Same narrative, because it's the same person,
Right.
same creator that's talking about it.
Yeah.
So, also, God in the Quran says that the sun is not for the moon to overtake the sun, nor for the sun to overtake the moon, but to go in their own fixed courses. Yeah.
Okay.
Now that goes against what science says.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's the reason from an early age when I knew that there's something not right, because I went and did physics, science, and everything at college and university.
And you knew all this back then?
When I was
did
a kid, yeah.
That must have been excruciating to go through that.
No, because what you actually do is, I asked my physics teacher once, I go, how does the sun rise from the west? He goes, it's impossible. Because it's not in their brain capacity to see anything that goes against the system. So when you say to them the world's flat,
Yeah.
they can't imagine that, because they hit you with the standard line, which is you'll fall off the edge.
Yeah. The brainwashing technique.
Yeah, it's a brainwashing technique. So,
Yeah.
But no, it was a good thing to know, because that allowed me to have that separation from the faults from the food.
Yes.
And then allows you to have an independent thinking process.
All right.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of flat information that
You're going to say a few more. You did Alexander the Great and Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyone else that we need to know about?
well, you know, they believe the Masons believe in the grand architect of the universe as their God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're all very numerical in their thinking, and you know, critical in their analogy of everything. Basically, they believe everything's precise and coordinated. That's why they use the compass and ruler when they
Yes.
design and make things.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But like for instance, they'll say they've got 33 vertebrae in your spine.
Okay.
That's another 33 for you there.
Yeah.
And then I've got loads, but it's just
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
what-
I have come across a few bits and that, but you're right. Trying to remember all of this is, you know, I need a walking computer on my shoulders.
Yeah, but the thing
You know.
is, they're the ones who are propagating the globe life.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're the ones-
So when people say, you know, like, well, who it is, you think direct, just the Freemasons. It's them.
No, they're the coordinating people on the earth
Okay.
who are spreading the corruption.
Right.
So basically, in terms of who they follow, is the person. Who does Jesus? Well, do you know in Christianity who is the prince of this world?
Okay.
That's the person that's controlling.
Right.
And if you find the answer to that, you'll know who's doing it.
Okay. So he's the person we need to take to court.
Yeah, that's right.
Or shoot. All right. Okay. All right. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. That is.
Good thing that you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. You
But
know.
what I'd say to you, here's a critical question for you.
Okay.
What is your end goal? What so what if everyone knows that?
All right,
Like,
okay.
What do you I know what I want.
Yeah.
What do you want them to do?
Right. Okay.
Because you know that the first question that everyone who asks you as a flat earther,
Yeah.
if NASA's lying to us,
Yeah.
wouldn't all the world's governments have to be in on it too?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they are in on it.
That's it. That's it.
So what are you going to do about it?
No, okay. I think we're on the right track right here now. It has to be awareness first,
Yeah.
above
Awareness
anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like what's it? The whole world needs to be talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, like that has to
By
be
that time, it'll
priority.
be too late.
But it has to start there.
Yeah,
It's
I
got to.
understand that.
You know, like so. I don't know how long for, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But it has to be awareness. It has to be. I think the next step is to get this into like United Nations and them sort of things. It has to go
United
there.
Nations is another Freemasonic.
It might be, but we other than having a big war right away and then having anarchy and tearing the whole system down and that, which I'm hoping that we can do this in such a way that we can
do it scientifically.
we can do it without a fight.
No, we can do
You
it
know.
scientifically.
Go on.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let's organise a trip to the North Pole. We'll prove it.
Well,
Find the magnetic North Pole.
okay.
Because they claim.
Well, they say it just moves. It
Yeah,
moves. It moves.
to Alaska, Canada. And
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it goes that far around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the reason why it's so easy for them to.
Yeah.
They think, oh, we're not going to go to Alaska to find magnetic North Pole.
Yeah,
We'll just go
yeah.
to Greenland or
So,
wherever.
but it's control and money again, you know, like because you know, I mean, like, what's it? You guys have all been amazing with supporting the tour and that, but like, to try and get such expeditions, you know, like together and all that, we still have to. Unless we've got a sugar daddy out there, we need to raise large amounts of money to do these.
That's the wrong thinking ideology.
Go on.
If you imagine people coming from poorer backgrounds,
Yeah.
they still manage to achieve some things in life if they put their mind to it.
Right.
It's by finding the right resources, the right people.
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
connections.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that money, you can do everything.
Well, I just did that. I just asked for a sugar daddy.
Yeah. Maybe you've got lots of people who import you from Dubai. I'm sure they can sort you out.
Brilliant.
We could just get, for instance, we live in England, we could go to Scotland. There's
Yeah.
plenty of fishermen there that will take you out all the way to the North Pole.
Of course,
If
I
you
see
pay-
what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying. Instead of
Yeah,
hiring
yeah,
an
yeah,
icebreaker, and the people that do the so-called walks around the Earth or walks around the North Pole or the Pole Antarctic, what they do is take a rubber dinghy with them over the ice. They go walking with the dinghy, and
Yeah.
on the water they go in the dinghy. So
Yeah.
that's without an icebreaker.
Yeah.
If they can do it,
And
sure
you
can.
think yourself to start as the north? I mean, lots of people flat earth thinks go north first. I mean, me, I've always kind of wanted to do the south first.
I wanted to do the south first, but you know why I don't want to do
Go
it?
on.
You need the permit. and
Yeah,
they won't
yeah,
allow-
that's it, that's
they
it.
won't allow you to go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you've spent all that money, you've got down there, they're going to restrict you. The
Yeah,
north,
yeah.
the only people that are controlling that are Russians, and they're only there for 6 months of the year, or when the ice is actually fixed there.
So the start has to be the north first. We could do the south once, then walls come down, you know, then barriers are down,
Once
yeah.
we've proven, because the Aurora Borealis,
Borealis, yeah.
that's another thing that they're fooling you about. They say it's charged particles,
Yeah.
and it's the same way as phosphor and fluorescent.
See, that's the
light
problem.
work.
Their model and all that, it all kind of like fits and makes sense, you know. Like, and they've sold it to us. Jokes on us. We know we got it. We understood all that. But now we don't.
Yeah.
They can piss off with it. Yeah.
The Aurora
Borealis.
Borealis is hard to say. I
It
say
is.
Northern Lights is easy to say.
Northern Lights. That's right.
Easy to say, yeah.
Yeah.
That is your guide to finding the magnetic North Pole and finding where you need to go.
Right.
Basically, Alexander the Great, again,
Yeah.
he went to a land that didn't have the sun, didn't have the moon, but had a different light
Yeah.
illuminating it. Yeah?
Right.
And it was a green light.
Yeah. Which it has to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And also, you know, there's rocks that glow green, which we might find over there as well.
Anything to do like the kind of like the luminous in the seas that we see as well. You know, I go sailing and all that, and sometimes, you know, like there's no moon in that, and yet it's so bright everywhere, all around the boat and that.
Oh, there's some.
Anything to do with that?
Again, I've got knowledge of this field as well, aquatic and marine life as well.
Yeah.
There's fish and there's worms which have, you know, some luminous biological material which does light up. So that's
Yeah.
not to do with.
You don't think it's anything to do with like some sort of charged particles coming from the north and down? These things coming swimming down.
You've got to verify that it's not the actual, you know, worms or fish that are
Yeah,
creating that light.
Algae or something. Yeah,
algae.
that's it.
As long as it's not them things,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can look into that. But
That's
I'm
interesting.
talking about things that everyone can verify.
I know. Yeah.
When we're talking about the Northern Lights, everyone knows what that is.
Right.
When we're talking about the sea,
Yeah.
and some lit up areas,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one knows what that
No,
is.
no. Okay.
Yeah. So therefore, we can't verify it.
Right, no
That's
problem.
the key thing with what we have to do.
Ver-
Provide facts for people
Yeah.
that go against the alternative. One fact is obviously.
And then that starts breaking down the walls, and we can move forward and that. Yeah. But you will agree with me. We've got to do this awareness first. That's number one.
Definitely got to do the awareness is a key part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
But at the end of the day, we need some action. We've got to get on with things, and let's
we
move
need to
on.
have a sub team that's actually doing the facts. You know, the first thing that
Yeah.
all the critics will say is, "Where are your facts?"
Yeah.
The only facts
Some of it's coming slowly. I mean, you see lots of people doing like the laser experiments. We've been doing hot air balloons, you know, like, and there is
I
things
wanna
coming.
Tell you something else. Again, this is to do with the knowledge about finding the proof. Lasers, drones
Yeah.
have all come under military and government rule and law
Yeah.
to restrict the use of the power and the range and the size of them.
That's it. Yeah.
There's a reason behind that. Not just safety and
Yeah,
watching out planes,
Yeah.
watching out blinding pilots with a laser. You know how powerful a laser is. The lasers that
And how it can be, you know, like
you use for that boat test probably a 1 watt laser at max.
yeah.
If you use the 100 watt laser, that'll burn through a boat in a second.
Yes.
yeah?
Right. Okay.
But it will also allow you to do a better test and go a
Yeah.
longer distance. And
That's
it's easy
right.
to find it. And another thing with laser is beam divergence.
Yeah. That's right.
What happens is the further you go away,
Yeah.
the
The wider it gets, bigger and bigger and bigger.
therefore it creates errors where
So if you had more power and all that, that divergence will
I
become
can
narrower
play
and narrower.
lasers. I can do all the scientific aspects.
Yeah.
Because I've got the knowledge to do that. But
Okay.
in terms of, we need to create a factual-based team. That can
Yes.
follow. So that lake test you did 10, 12 miles.
Yeah.
Although that's good, we need to do 100 miles.
Yeah.
That's what people are.
Have you got onto FE Core and that yourself?
Yeah, I've seen them, but the thing is, it's a case of trying to find someone in the UK. You lot were the first guys that
Yeah.
were doing it in the UK.
Well, I think it was. I think Gary John and maybe Dave Marsh. I think they've gone on to FE Core. So they're over here. So give them a shout. You know, like, because we desperately need guys like you. Desperately.
The reason why I said, was it yourself that was fixing the van?
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, I said on there, I'll come down. I had all my tools ready. I was going to come down and fix your lights for you.
Well, I tell you what,
But
because
the thing is, no one replied, and I thought I didn't want to be a stalker and pop. So I thought I'd see him.
what it was where all the wires come from the front to the back of the van and all that. He'd put the guy who owns it. He'd put all these extension wires, but they didn't match up with the originals, and like so, and I thought, oh, it's going to go pop, pop, poppy. I'm going to go through a few fuses. I was so lucky; everything worked first time. Because you know, it's like playing Mastermind.
No. You did it the right way, because you was writing down exactly what.
Yes, yeah. I just apply critical thinking, a bit of common sense. But yeah, I don't know nothing about cars.
In all your tour, how have you found the majority of people? Have it been a 90% non-believers, 10% believing in flat Earth, or has it been 1% believing in flat Earth?
It's difficult because, you know, like right here now, I seem to have had 75% positive, you know, like flat earthers. You know, like,
you follow Robin Hood, the outlaw. You know, you went
yeah.
So
No,
that's why you've seen that positive outlook.
it's but I don't know. Did you watch me in Huddersfield?
No, I didn't get a chance. I've only recently started.
God, I nearly slipped my wrist. It was awful. It was really bad.
No,
you know.
it's disheartening when when no one else believes what you're.
Yeah. Oh, it was just the fact that you know, I like a two-way discussion. You know, like, and if you can't have a two-way discussion, what's the point? And they were just barking at me and barking, and it was like, it was terrible. It was. The very next day, I think it was Doncaster. It was. And it's like a totally different type of people. I mean, we could have a conversation. It was really good. I've met a few flat earthers today. I actually met a couple of Ethiopians. I don't know if you know, they grow up believing that the world is. They make a choice between kind of science and natural science and religion sort of thing, and they grow up believing the world is flat. They know it. I said to him at first, I said, you know that the world is flat and that, you know, like, and he said, sorry, have you heard of flat Earth? I said. He goes, no, not really. You know, like it may be a little bit, but not really. Hasn't looked into it at all. And he's teaching me, this guy.
Okay. We're in 2000, roughly 2018, 19,
Yeah.
520 years ago, everyone believed the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
Until a Freemason named Christopher Columbus told you it wasn't flat.
Okay.
That's when you stopped believing it was flat.
Yeah.
Because Freemasons got involved. You see how they created the first.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus was a Freemason.
And then they kind of ridiculed it in such a way that we then could be mocked. Anyone who believed in flat Earth would be mocked, and maybe I don't know, because you read like the Spanish Inquisitions and things and that. I can imagine back then. Oh, you believe in the flat Earth? Let's hang him. Let's do all of that. Yeah. I mean, you can see how it's all come about. But
what's the most factual thing that you've learned that helps to believe in the flat Earth?
for me, it's that. It's just land.
Land.
It's look. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Is that all correct? That them figures.
Let me look.
It's spherical trigonometry, Pythagorean's theorem. You've seen the curvature.
Yeah, 1 degree per.
What's it? 8 inches per square mile.
8 inches per
Yeah,
square
and
mile.
you're happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, because as long as that people like yourself are happy with that, and the figures are correct, and I haven't seen a lot of globe believers jumping around, other than they want to throw in that standard refraction, which there's nothing standard about refraction. Okay, but when I see this land that I shouldn't be able to see, I don't need anything else. You know, I only try and learn it.
There's a guy in America called Cody's Lab.
Yeah.
He did a test. He's a science guy. He does all chemistry, physics experiments. He did a test to debunk the flat Earth, and what he did was he went to a lake and 10-12 miles away from where he was. He put his telescope, reflective periscope out. Yeah. He measured the so-called altitude, and he showed that there was over a 12-mile distance that there was a drop in the Earth.
Yes. Yeah.
He showed that.
Yeah.
But what he didn't do was apply scientific rules for providing a fair test. So basically, he didn't use an altimeter which measures the real altitude. He probably just used Google Earth altimeter. So you know when you go on Google Earth.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I mean, that's what I did the same on my moon thing. Yeah. But I was just trying to show a point. But
you can. But when it comes to disproving.
You got to. That's right. We've got to be a bit more scientific. I get that. Yeah. That's fair enough.
What he did was he got 2 points and said these were both at the same level, and there's a difference like 2 degrees or so.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. It's a case of you've got to prove it over 100 miles at least, and you've got to use scientific instruments and do critical analysis of it all. I could do all of that.
Can I throw you on the spot?
Yeah, go on.
Do you fancy talking to them? Fancy talking to someone? Go on. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. But if you fancy it,
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
go on then. You got your leaflets.
So you're gonna be.
Oh, you got your leaflets as well. I'll come over.
I'll do it.
How about this? Cooper's first bit of activism.
Today I've come as the first flat earther from Nottingham to support these guys. They come out here to be here. So
Right.
I'm from Nottingham. I used to be like any other normal person believing in the globe.
Yeah, so it's the other guy.
Yeah. I went to college, did physics, electronics. University did electronics. I'm an IT engineer, computer engineer, electronics engineer. Basically all the sciences you can think of.
Do you
And
have
I'm
any
telling you-
mates in physics?
Yes, I've got
Are they
physics.
upset with you?
Yeah.
There will be.
There will be upset with me, but obviously, when you learn that NASA is the organisation that every physics and science standard goes from, then you realise where the failings come into it. So you would believe that NASA, everything that NASA gives you is true.
Mostly because this is in the topic I truly care about enough to question. It doesn't really make a difference to me whether the earth is flat or not. Out of other things that could be lied about, I'd rather that than anything else.
Okay, so if I tell you something now, I'll say some things to you and then you tell me if it's true or not. Are you a robot? Yes or no?
Depends. If I was, would I be a well?
Have you got free will?
Most of the time, unless you mess it up.
Okay, so if someone tells you to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, brush your teeth at 2 o'clock, wash the car at 4 o'clock, and then go to sleep, is that your free will or is that someone telling you to do that?
Depends. I could choose not to do that. I could choose to do it.
Yeah. Alright, but let's say you...
all his clothes off and ran to the forest.
Yeah, that's what you need to do to have free will, but if you're following the program 99% of the time, do you have
But you can
free
also
will?
say I chose to follow the program.
Okay, but you chose to follow the program because you wasn't given an awareness of a separate program that was available to you.
But instead of like right now, I could choose to draw my. If you went draw your headphones.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Or I could choose to leave it. Essentially, you've been instructed, but you still have free will to do as you like.
That's right, yeah. You do have free will, but it's coordinated free will.
Yeah. It's just like a
But you believe the Earth is ball, yeah?
sphere, yeah.
That's fair, yeah. Why have we not seen one video of the Earth with any planes in it?
Because they're absolutely bloody tiny.
Tiny.
In comparison to... It's like trying to find a grain of sand from like the other end of Nottingham. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see it.
You know what
No
NASA
chance.
says? Is the International Space Station in space or is it somewhere else?
Maybe it's in Cornwall. I've got no
No,
idea. I mean,
the International Space Station is not in space. It's in what's called low Earth orbit, yes?
but I mean, how much money do you think NASA stand to make
So-
personally from the
Yeah. If I
difference between
if I said to you low
flat
Earth
or-
orbit, if I said my drone is flying in low Earth orbit, which is the sky,
Right.
and NASA's International Space Station is in low Earth orbit, which is about 500 miles higher than that, is it in space or is it in the same place as my drone is, but just a bit
You
higher?
have to ask a professional, mate.
Yeah.
Because the definition of what is space and what isn't is not something I know.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to find out your critical thinking. What is the determining factor for you to believe what you believe in order to try to help you? But obviously, some people don't want to be helped. Some people are happy. As you
I
say.
don't believe it's a subject that requires critical thinking, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's not really, but sort of like that kids study for children. It's something that
Thank you.
you'd like to believe. Maybe when you find out, you'll be a bit shocked, but I feel like I'll get over it if I did find out that was flat. It wouldn't be something that I really would get upset.
My curiosity is why the motive behind
I'd be a
lying.
bit like, why did they lie?
I feel like it'd be a very unnecessary lie.
Is it like
Yeah.
globe manufacturers? Is that who you're spinning as the...
I'd be really baffled. Like, what?
Not even 10 years. I went there as well, so you're down local,
Yeah.
yeah? Which building's here?
I'm in knitting.
Newton, yeah, that's where I was in. Yeah, that's where most of the physics knowledge is in. Yeah, what are you studying?
That's awkward, isn't it? Studying at the Newton building.
So if you don't mind asking, what changed your mind about Earth being flat?
Well,
from that?
what changed my mind was not the knowledge of science or what the flat earthers ever told me. It was from a younger age, my religion told me something completely contradicted what I learned from science and physics. My religion told me that the sun and the moon go on courses and they can't overtake one another. So meaning the sun can't overtake the moon and the moon can't overtake the sun. So science teachers, they don't even do that. It's the earth and the moon rotates around the earth and the earth rotates. Yeah, basically the heliocentric and the Copernicus theory. There's two different ideologies, and so therefore I realised that either I'm being taught something wrong or I've got to apply critical thinking. And once I learned all the science behind everything, and then I realised who's actually feeding me this information and who's the actual governing body of everything. Tim Peake is not my teacher. Christopher Columbus is not my teacher.
Who
But
is your
these are
teacher?
Freemasons, and they're the people that teach me.
Who is
And
your teacher, if you don't mind me asking?
Who's my teacher?
Yeah.
Myself.
You teach yourself?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I tried to teach myself drums once, it didn't work very
But
well.
shall I tell you something? Something that I didn't know, which I wish that I knew when I was at Nottingham University. Right across the Newton building and the building just down there, there's a Freemason lodge right across there. Yeah. Half of the professors that go to Nottingham University attend that Freemason lodge. Yeah. I didn't know that when I was at university, but if I knew that, I might have changed my critical thinking back then.
Yeah, exactly. If you notice, actually, there's triangles all over the NCSU. Everything is small, right?
Really, is they?
They have no power.
They don't give a shit what I say.
The thing is about what he's saying about the Freemasons and that, if you check out all of these astronauts that supposedly gone to space, they've all got their Freemason rings on.
Freemason rings, and they're doing
All
symbols,
astronauts.
Freemasons also have stakes, like all this programs like that.
Yeah.
That I know.
I just wonder what their motive. That's never something I've never
Let me
been
give them a leaflet. But
The motive is
grab one of them.
to keep you programmed as a robot to follow what they're telling you to do and not to use your own brain to think about it.
That's completely fair enough. But how would that have been flat changed when I followed that program?
Because it destroys the entire belief system.
But let's say that the
begin with, why
Freemasons,
would-
if let's say that they said, all right, the Earth is flat. Yeah. You believe they're telling the truth because that's what you believe, or whatever.
That's what we were
They
taught.
they told you now it's flat.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that the exact same effect?
But he hasn't
Still
been.
have their belief is
He hasn't been told. He's been doing his own experiments, and it's proved it to himself. You know that the Earth is flat. See these lands, okay? These lands we shouldn't be able to see. They're over the curvature of the Earth.
And have you
Okay.
done the experiments with sort of ship coming up the horizon,
And it-
Mars first, all that?
Okay, yeah, you can go and get yourself a camera, and then you can zoom in there, and then you'll get to see the hole again. And then as it eventually does go away, and we can't zoom in and all that, it's just atmospheric conditions and air density and all that. That's the only reason why you can't see it. Well, no, but this is experiments that you can try out for yourself. Actually, go out and do it, and you'll find out for yourself.
Then again, people like me and him, like it's not something that I consider valuable.
You went to the same. You've gone to the same school as this guy. Excellent. There's a curvature chart in there. I just ask you to try one thing out, and then I expect you to throw it all in the bin if it's wrong. Okay? Hold that.
The person who created this.
If that's right, that's spherical trigonometry. This is based on Pythagoras' theorem. If that's all correct and you're happy with the figures, okay, get your microscope out though to read it. But if it's happy and you're okay with them figures, and then work out that these lands, I mean, you can go and check these places out. 273 miles, you can still see land. I could give you an encyclopedia of all these distances and all that. But if you're happy with all these places, like when you're in Calais, you can see Dover. 300 feet should be missing. But you can see it. If you're happy with all that, we're saying there's a website in there. Watch some videos, check out more, and just
the ground level as well.
sea level, right on sea level.
I think from sea level, Dover is above sea level. So
Sorry?
you'll be able to see Dover above whatever you see. That curvature. That
What I'm saying is, check out that curvature chart. Check out that, and then the highest peak of is 350 feet.
From the highest peak of Dover.
The highest peak is 350 feet. Okay, but 300 feet should be missing. But you can see it all. You can see every part of Dover. But so you shouldn't be able to. And all I'm saying is that just check it out. That's all, you know, like because I know what you're going to school for God's sake, and you're being taught this, and this has to be nonsense. So I get that it has to be nonsense. But if there's one little bit of evidence that contradicts what it is that you're being taught, just that one little part, and will you watch them videos? Will you go to that website and watch a couple of videos?
I'll watch them. I mean, at least to humour myself. You know.
Yes, please do. Do you know what debunk is?
Yes.
Okay. So, and can you do something with an open mind and be unbiased? And then, because you just said, you're the first person I've ever heard who says, oh yeah, about critical thinking. You know, like, so to do critical thinking, you have to do that from
in order to critically think,
you've got to see both sides.
What you do, but as this is something that I've been taught
Okay, go on.
by the grand solution, of course.
By the Freemasons over there.
Yeah, exactly. The Freemasons who own the education system.
Okay, yeah.
That we've all gone through.
No, go, carry on.
But in critical thinking, one of the things you have to learn about is motive, bias. What reason people have for telling people what they are.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't see.
That's the problem. But just because you haven't discovered that bias, does it necessarily mean it's not there?
It's, again, critical thinking, it is a necessity. It is an absolute necessity.
Well, we might get there. We might, someone eventually...
You might one day find a reason
Someone might... Oh, no, we've got reasons, but we haven't got proofs.
I'd like to hear them as well.
Okay, well, I'll give you a couple of reasons. He just mentioned a little bit before, I mean, like, control. Control has got to be the biggest thing, because we believe that there's a possibility that there might be more land, further lands beyond the south. Okay, that's what.
Where all the Freemasons live in mansions.
Well, I don't, yeah, might be. Yeah, big mansions on England. But I don't know. But what I'm saying, it could be more land. Okay, the very fact that we live on this ball, we're contained. We're almost like a herd. We don't want to venture off and all that. We're contained.
One of the biases, one of the reasons is that if they're holding land,
could be more land. Some people in Flat Earth, and I always give them a shout as well, because they believe that they may be hiding God. Okay, I'm an agnostic, and I almost feel like I don't believe in the Big Bang.
Others I've heard believe in dragons. I'm aware that not everyone.
Well, yeah. So you expect people are people and different opinions. But anyway, I mean, like, I don't believe in the Big Bang. I don't believe in creationism. They're just theories, never been proven, can never be proven.
Really believe very observationally. I mean, what you told me.
I know, but to have a belief in something without proof, you know, like that requires faith.
Yeah.
Then that becomes the scientism cult that I don't want to be part of until you prove to me something. If they prove to me something like that, then I might think about that. But the Big Bang, I mean, so we've got nothing, and then we've got everything. I mean, like, I can't get my head around that. I mean, like, that requires a lot of belief in Harry Potter, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, agnostic here as well. I mean,
okay.
You can't
prove it either way, so...
In a way, I feel like it's more open-minded to be. It's obviously open-minded to be agnostic, but when you say you're an atheist, for example, you believe in the Big Bang as that definitely did happen. Whereas an agnostic can say, I could be proven wrong, or whatever.
I'm on the fence.
Believes.
I'm open-minded enough to listen.
Yeah, you've got to be in defence of defence.
Okay.
The world isn't binary.
Yeah.
I mean, that part of it, gender and whatever as well, but you know what I mean? Like, nothing as beautiful as this world is that easy. You can't just be one or the other.
Yeah.
We have no idea, and we will die before we know what, you know.
Right. So there you go. But what's it? Some institutions and that they sell this as a fact. When I speak to people, you know, they're convinced 100% that the Big Bang and creationism and Darwinism, it's fact. It's real. All of it, but there is no proof to that, and half of science said that, you know, like, Darwinism is bullshit, load of rubbish. You know, the very fact that we've still got monkeys today, kind of like.
So back to this, you believe that then another one of the reasons why the bias may exist is because people want to push their religious agenda.
Possibly, yeah.
And any others?
Well, as in why I believe in kind of flat Earth, or the why we were talking about.
Why NASA?
Well, okay. Well, NASA themselves. It gets really deep, and I feel like there'll never be a satisfactory answer because we're talking that's right, because we're talking theories with no proofs, because we haven't got to the end and go, theory is, let's take him to court, you know, like, let's grab him. It doesn't mean to say that doesn't exist. You know, like, it just means to say that we're not proved, it hasn't been proven yet. You know, like, but we should be asking questions.
That the flat Earth is also a theory.
Oh no! Because again, because of the land, that's not a belief for me. That's a knowing. It was a belief that we live on a globe. That has to be a belief because there is no proof to that. There is no proof. There is a belief. You know, like that. It's like water sticking to a ball in all directions. We have to believe in the theory of gravity. We have to believe in it. That requires faith because you ask science. Science can demonstrate it. They can show you what gravity is. They can't prove what it is. They haven't got a clue what it is.
I see one side that says we're open to being proven wrong.
Okay.
Here's what we think, and that's what I believe science
Excellent.
should be.
Right.
But I see another side, this side, saying this is an absolute truth, and we know it because of this.
Okay. Well, you know when they're trying to say that
We've got enough here.
Yeah.
We've got the wide angle.
We learn because you're just coming up with some really great questions and all that. So we kind of learn by it and everything.
Anything that appears insane needs to be critically thought over.
Excellent.
But for me, this is where the flat earth theory falls entirely flat.
The flat earth knowing. But go on.
The flat earth theory.
Yeah, they're coining that.
Nobody knows, and nobody will know.
Well, we were talking about gravity though, okay? You know, like gravity holding all this water to a ball. Our only evidence that is this is true, this is real, is them photographs from space that NASA provides us that we say that we can prove that they're all fake.
I mean, a small humorous part of me wants to almost put on a facade as a flat earther, so that one day a very frustrated person at NASA will take me to space. And and I will be proven wrong and I go, oh wow.
But thanks very much.
Would you think that, for example, if someone from NASA went, right, we want to take this person who believes in the flat earth theory, we want to take them up to space and show them why they're right, so they can see it with their own eyes. And
you know my problem with that is because
you might get killed.
Right. Okay. You're kind of right because we believe so strongly that no one's been to space. I mean, I take it you would believe that we've been to the moon. Have you seen all the anomalies?
I believe we've been to the moon.
You do, but have you seen all?
Recognise again with the critical thinking, a very strong
argument against it.
Why due to the Soviets?
All right, okay, but you've seen no blast craters, you've seen waving flags, you've seen lights and things that don't match up and stuff. You've seen all that.
Yeah, I am not a denier of it.
No.
I don't have remotely enough evidence.
On that leaflet, there's a website. Okay, on there as well, there's a video there called "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon." It may change your mind on that.
What, some sort of evidence to say that?
I mean, real evidence.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind.
I have absolutely no doubt that during the 50s and 60s, correct me if I disagree, when this space race and this from the Soviets was occurring, there was an awful lot of bollocks out there that the Americans divvied up.
Okay, so you're probably, I would say that you're with me that governments do lie.
Governments lie all the time.
Right. Okay. So we're okay. See, we can come together on something. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, they tell us Brexit will go smoothly. So.
Yeah. All these foolish people that think that.
I see a bias, but when you're thinking critically as well, there needs to be enough.
Well, for us, like NASA and that, that's just an offshoot of the government, isn't it? For us. That's right. So we don't believe them for a second.
I don't love these things.
Yeah.
I have no reason to love very small sections of highly funded places. But I do believe in the interest of making sense.
I won't explain why, but I want you to check out as well. There's a little part in there called with a physics lecturer, Walter Lewin.
Yeah.
Okay, and he talks about gyroscopes and that. Okay, that it's rigid in space. And gravity has no effect on that whatsoever. That's what he says, his own words. If you watch him in a YouTube clip and all that, you can hear him say all that. There's like the artificial horizon in aeroplanes and that. Okay, so I want you to critically think for yourself. Like these artificial horizons, they rise once up, they level out, and then they'll go all the way to Australia, they'll stay level all the way, and then they'll go down. Okay, because this thing's rigid in space, it should actually invert because it's gone over a ball. Okay, so that makes sense to you, okay, and you kind of think that, but you don't see that though. That doesn't work. Okay, why not? Well, that's right. Why not? Well, that's what we're asking. But that should happen, but it doesn't. These things use a thing called. we've talked to lots of pilots.
I
And that.
imagine. And
Talk-
I'm assuming there's at least some of them. I heard this, the Brummy one said to me, there's 4 or 5 pilots or something were saying, it's flat as a pancake, you know, all this. It's all
So,
I see.
well, that's right.
I just believe that if your entire life... you
John
know,
Thor's he just put a video up as well. You know, like the other day. He told you that. Yeah, he says yeah, it's flat. You know, like so. We're asking questions. I want you to have a look at that. Think about that a bit. These things use a thing called inertia. It's a MEMS device. It uses inertia. You know, like but it stays level. You put a bubble there. Turn the GPS and all that off. It's level. Okay. And then if I tip it upside down, you'll be able to see it. That level invert and go all the way around. Okay. So when you're on an airplane, the same thing happens. You know, like once it goes up, you see it go up. When it levels out, it'll stay level. And all the way to Australia, it'll stay level all the way. How does it know the difference between my lounge and an aeroplane? So
You've lost me there, man.
I know that's a big one. Okay, what I do on that website, there's a YouTube channel called Jason
Got an
of the
awful lot of links.
I know there's a YouTube channel called Jason of the Disbury channel. You'll be able to watch this video and you'll be able to see and you'll be able to check that one out, because what I just said then, I know
It's better explained on the no offense to you.
No, it's great talking to you. And your name was?
Alan.
Alan. No, I was Jason, obviously. Cheers, buddy. Oh, that was a great conversation.
They're asking, now it's for your turn to speak, but they want to know if what's underneath the flat Earth.
Well, that's it. I mean,
I
like,
said I don't know.
it
I've
would-
never been there.
It would just be theories. I mean, we couldn't possibly know. It will just be a theory. So, yeah, I mean, we're happy that we don't know things yet. We don't have to give you rubbish. We'll give you the facts that we know.
I paid for you to go on
Pay for me?
a boat from there.
Well, you can do it now if you want.
A boat from there, yeah, to the other side of the world.
Where do you say the other side? As in we go...
Once I proved to you that you can just go straight, you can't.
Because of the Antarctic Treaty. That's the problem. They won't let you.
You can go
53 countries signed up to the Antarctic Treaty. We believe that south is in every direction south. Okay, but the problem is, eventually you'll come to Antarctica, and then there'll be some sort of shoreline. There'll be 200-foot ice walls. There'll be all sorts and all that. But there'll also be a military presence there that will send you away, and people have been sent away. That's the problem. What we're fighting for. We want evidence. You know, there's a 24-hour sun in the north. I don't know if you've seen that. There's loads of video clips. 24-hour sun in the north. I think obviously it's I think it's 2 weeks of the year or something. You can see this 24-hour sun. But there has to be a 24-hour sun in the south at some point. But there's no footage. Where's the footage of all the people that have been supposedly going down to the very South Pole? Where is this 24-hour sun footage? It should be splattered all over YouTube. But what you'll find is you'll see daylight. You'll never ever see this 24-hour sun, and yet you look for the northern one. It's there. It's clear as day.
What gets me is how.
Look, you guys, why is it that you believe that you live on this spinning ball in space? 1,000 miles an hour it's spinning, it's in space, and you've got all this water. We know the way water behaves. Look, it's all flowing down there. It's trying to find its lowest level. And once it gets to its lowest level, it will remain flat and even, flat. Okay? Water cannot curve and conform to the exterior of a round sphere ball. Okay, what makes it stick to this ball, this Earth? Gravity. Program response exactly the way I would have shouted it. Gravity. I know, sir. Gravity. Okay. Well, the theory of gravity is still not proven today. It's 2018, not proven today. They can show a program response of things that fall. Okay. Now, but they can't explain what gravity is. No one knows what it is. They can give you a theory I'm about to tell you. Could it not be that this phone here, this iPhone, the molecules in this are heavier than all the air around it? Okay, this is nothing more than density and buoyancy. It's more dense. It falls through the air. The air underneath wants to rise above the phone. Okay, density and buoyancy. Then you've got a helium balloon that defies gravity and it floats up. It's nothing more than density and buoyancy. It is such an easy explanation.
You can get two balls, one weighs heavier than the other, you drop them at the same time, and they'll both hit the ground.
Have you ever seen this happen?
Yeah.
Where? Go on, which one? The Brian Cox one? Because that's the only one that I've ever seen. It's in a vacuum chamber. It's the only one that I've ever come across. You know, been researching this a little while, and when you see this one, it was a bowling ball and a feather. Okay, he drops it in a unvacuum chamber first, and you see it film down in one hit. Okay, one take. But when he actually does the experiment and they vacuum the chamber out, if you watch that video again, you'll see it cut. But what I'm saying is that, you know, like the footage is edited. Why wasn't it edited, you know, like when he did it the first time? When he does it the second time, it's vacuumed. Why was it all edited? Can we not see? Do you think it'd be more scientific to show you that evidence in one take?
Didn't you say that the first video actually happened and it's not edited?
No. As in the ball just went down and then the air just floated down. Yeah, it didn't happen. I'm just saying it would be more scientific to see it both done equally, the same take, would it not? Go on, you got. Well, have you looked into the moon landers, as in all the problems with it, like no blast crater underneath the LEM, like, you know, like there's not meant to be sound in space, and one of the astronauts, he grabs a cable, he throws it at the LEM and it goes doing, you know, like there's what's it, convergent shadows from 3 different directions, there's a waving flag. You've heard of all of this and that. I know the way propulsion works in space. I know that propulsion cannot work in space. For every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. Who was that? Newton's third law. Okay, so once it gets up into space, what are these rockets pushing against? They can't push against nothing. There is absolutely nothing there.
You know how you say that the Earth's on the moon, how does an eclipse happen?
The eclipse is a little bit more complicated, you know, like because these are proofs that I can't prove these things. I can have my theories about it. We're trying to stick with the facts that we can talk about, what we can say. But like, I would only give you my theories about the eclipse. So.
No, like they can't overlap each other.
Yeah, but that's just a diagram to explain that we believe that the moon and the sun are more local to us, the way day and night would work. So that's to explain how day and night would work. That would explain the seasons, how the seasons would work. You know, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, the way that the sun would go, in our summer would go round and round, in our winter would go further out and would become Australia's and South Africa's summer. So that's just an explanation.
What pushes the sun out?
Again, that would be a theory because there's certain things that we can't prove, you know, like so. Some say it would be magnetism. That's what they would say. You know, I don't know if you've seen, you know, like seen them them ice things that, you know, like levitate and float round. You know, like I think done with nitrogen or something. They say it's something to do with magnetism, electromagnetism. But theories, I don't know. Is there anything that I might say that you may be just a smidge, or are we completely 100% closed and say that no, I know that science and education is 100% truthful, they would not mislead me, I have 100% faith in it? Or do you think that there might be 1% that might be told things wrong? 100%. Oh yeah. So you're happy with that? So I'm just trying to get you to look at our website, you know, like, and watch some videos. You know, there could be a percent, it could be open-minded that you left the back door open. You might be open-minded enough to check out and watch a couple of videos. Would you do that? You watch a couple of videos and discuss between you and debunk it and say, yeah, they're a load of rubbish and all that. There's a film on them websites. Did he walk away with did he give you a leaflet? Yeah, let me grab a leaflet. Yeah. There you go. Grab a leaflet each. Okay. There you go, buddy. There's a website in there, festart.co.uk. There's a great video on a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Okay, watch that one. That will change your mind about NASA going to the moon. Do you know the word debunk? Come on, guys. You guys are bright. You're educated. You're bright. You guys could easily debunk all this. Try to debunk it in an open-minded, scientific way. Okay, not in a pseudoscience mathematical way, because yeah, you do live on a ball if you do it that way. You alright, guys? Nice talking to you. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? You alright?
Yeah.
Is Nottingham the busiest place you've been to then so far? How you doing, Harry?
No.
Hello, sir. Mac.
Mac.
Yeah.
Mark.
How are you doing? You alright?
Jason.
Jason,
You alright?
So you come down today from where?
For Nottingham.
Oh, you live in Nottingham?
Yeah. I'll check the live feed. Saw you're supposed to be here the 25th.
Yeah, we were at
Wednesday.
Oh, we had to change because of the.
I've been watching the live feed to
Yeah,
see where you are every
Yeah,
day,
yeah,
to get
excellent.
To have a look,
Yeah.
see where you are. Saw you was in Henley, Doncaster, somewhere like that, so I thought you'd be coming round.
Thank you so much for coming
I
down.
want to thank you for the work you've been doing. Both
Yeah,
of you.
yeah,
Well
yeah,
done,
yeah.
done. We need people more like you, need guys like you,
Yeah.
to spread the word.
Thank you very much.
Because nobody else is going to spread the word at the end of the
No,
day.
no.
That's it. And the truth needs to come out.
I think if other people are viewing this and they see real people like yourself,
Yeah.
that inspires other people.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
The biggest thing I would say is don't be shy to come out and support them, because a lot of people want to think, oh, I don't want to go there, embarrass myself.
Yeah.
But you'll find that me and this gentleman here, we never met in our lives, but he went to school just across the street from me when I was a kid.
Wow.
And now it's the first time we're meeting again, and we're on the same physical plane of understanding.
Yeah.
And don't you think that when you meet a fellow flat earther, there's an initial respect there?
Yeah.
Because I know you have done your research.
Yeah.
I know you've been confident, strong to stand up and say I don't believe in that bullshit.
Yeah.
So
And alienate ourselves from friends and family as well.
So to do that, you have to be quite brave. So you get my immediate respect for doing that.
I always had reservations about this. Not sorry about this, about what they tell us.
Right.
I had a feeling in my stomach. And they say that one of the biggest organs you have is your stomach. It's
Yeah.
not your brain.
There's
Oh.
intelligence there, isn't there?
There is. When you're scared, where do you feel it? You feel it in your stomach. When you're happy, where do you feel it? You feel it in your stomach, don't you?
Yeah.
Not necessarily in your brain.
That's right.
The information might come out of your brain.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, one of the biggest organs you have is your stomach.
Yes.
And they say that's where the word gut feeling comes from,
Yes,
isn't it? Gut, use your gut.
Your instinct.
And that's one thing that I used. And I questioned the board. What got me onto this is looking at the water, how the water got here. I could deal with the Big Bang. I could deal with the molten rock and everything settling down, ash and blah blah blah. But I couldn't deal with how did the water get here. So I started to research how the water got here. And then I worked out that a lot of things weren't as they were told they were. And then I thought there's something funny going on here. Never believed it. And then as everybody always says, 9/11 was a big kick-off for everything. 9/11 was the big one. That was the big one
Yeah.
for me. And that got me into this. I want people like yourself. There's Dell. There's one of the best shows that I think, if you really want knowledge on, I won't call it flat earth because I'll call it an infinite plane. Because I think we live on an infinite plane. I don't think it's necessarily we live on a flat earth. It's not an earth anyway. It's a realm. As
Okay.
You two well know, telling you how to suck eggs, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in a realm. But yeah, where was that? I've lost my train of thought. Globebusters.
Yes.
Globebusters, if you want to know the nitty gritty, if you want to get into the actual facts, the data, the realness, the truth, I think Globebusters is one of
They're on cutting edge.
They are.
Cutting edge of it.
They
I
are,
agree.
they are,
I
they
agree.
are.
Big
You guys
fan.
are very good. I like your stance, Harry. Is it Harry?
Yep.
I like your stance. You don't delve in when people start talking about models and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You guys don't delve in, which I like.
I don't
you
know,
can't
yeah.
you can't commit yourself because we don't know.
There you
'Cause
go.
What I've come to work out is my opinion. We cannot take a picture of where we live, whether it's an infinite plane or whether it's an Earth, whether it's a globe. We can't get high enough out of this place to look back at it, to take a picture of it, to see the dimensions and depth and the perception of it all. I don't think that's possible. Whether there is a dome over us, whether it's a physical one, or whether it's a gaseous one made up of gases, as they say on Globebusters. There's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
compressed gas.
Yeah.
There's something that they call sulfur hex or something fluoride, and it's a very dense gas. And if you watch on YouTube, you can see things where they put it in a container and they can get things to float.
Oh yes, yes, I've
It's
seen that.
dense.
Yep,
So
yep.
if you imagine that gas is up there, then things can work up there how we think they work, and
Yeah.
not obviously how the globe works.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on it anyway.
Yeah.
Refreshing to hear, though.
Yeah.
It's an excellent opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one last point, and it's for all those people that get told we live on a globe, and we get told that this globe is in infinite space, right? When we're young, we deal with
the comprehension of living in an infinite space with infinite galaxy. Your brain can't deal with it because we deal with borders, walls, barriers. There's always a barrier to a wall to climb over. So we can't deal with that space goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, and there's no stoppage to it, there's no wall to it.
Yeah.
But we deal with it. We deal with that the space goes
Yeah,
on
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
So when we suggest that there is an infinite plane and that plane goes on forever, people go, oh no.
Can't do it.
It can't be. You can't.
No.
They can't do it.
That's right.
So we have to take on that there's an aspect to this where we live that our human brains can't comprehend. And I think it wasn't put in our DNA. I think it wasn't put in our however you want to interpret it. But my interpretation is, it isn't in our DNA to understand where we are.
Yeah.
It's beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
Because if we live on an infinite plane, like I'd say we believe we live on an infinite plane rather
Yeah.
than a ball.
Makes sense to
what's
me.
that plane sitting on?
Yeah.
What is, if that plane's sitting on a foundation, what is that foundation sitting on? And what is that sitting on what is the foundation then sitting on?
Because my
Yeah.
brain is telling us that we're maybe on a planet or something. That's what my brain is saying.
So I think there's an aspect that we can't comprehend.
I agree.
We can't comprehend it.
Thoroughly agree that. I mean, the very fact that we might not be on, we're definitely not on a planet.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think of, well, there must be something underneath. It must go further on. There must be an end to the bottom. It very much will be, when we say infinite plane, that way, it might be infinite that way.
Yes.
You know, like we're.
It has to be.
Right.
It has to be. Which means that our brains can't fathom it. And after me doing a little bit more research on top of that, because that bugs me about what we stand on,
Yes.
what is there,
Yeah.
the only thing that I can make sense out of it is that we live in dimensions. There are dimensions above or below us.
Okay.
And I can't explain that,
Yeah.
which people say, well, it's the same way when people
No.
ask you guys, so where do you live then?
Yeah.
You don't say, do you? Because you can't explain.
But you're asking questions.
Yes.
That's good enough.
It means
We're
to
asking
me that there
questions.
has to be a dimension.
Yeah.
There has to be a gateways, doorways of other dimensions, and we can't comprehend what exists in those dimensions.
Okay.
And that's where I've come to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
as far as
yeah,
I've gone to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it's bugging.
And you're not betting your life on that. That's just something that
No, I bet
you're
my life-
examining.
I bet my life that we don't move.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
I bet my life that we might move to a ship.
Yeah.
But we don't move as in, you know what I mean by that. We don't. We definitely
3,006. Oh, I don't know.
1,000 something on one way, 66,000 on another way,
Yeah.
and bloody
Hit,
600.
you know how they say the nail in the coffin?
Yes. Come on.
The moon and the earth move succinctly, both at the same RPM. The moon moves faster, the earth moves at its speed, but just right that you never see the other side of the moon.
Yeah.
These are the lies that you've been
Yeah,
told.
that's right.
Yeah.
And the sun and moon being the same size. Ridiculous.
We can't put a figure or a number on that one, but they appear to be.
Yeah.
They appear to be the same.
That's right.
Similar.
Yeah. But it's not. But they're not 400 times bigger and 400 times further away, and
It's like,
don't accept
The
that.
only way you'd know how far the moon or the sun was is if in this day and age is if you had the technology to send a probe past it, behind it, and back.
Yeah.
And that probe needs to measure distance.
That's even possible that we don't even
No.
where the moon is kind of thing, or if it's there.
No. I'm on the level that the moon can't be touched by us. It can't be touched. But I'm saying if you're going to give me an actual distance, just like that curve, you always show the people curve charts, yeah? Don't show us a curve chart if it doesn't work in reality.
Yeah.
You made your mistake already by the instance by giving us that. Because it's plain to see that curve doesn't exist on where we live.
That's right.
So it's either from
The
a
old-
different
the old
model.
Yeah.
It's either from an old model. Sorry.
The old value of the radius is made up.
Well, I
There's
wouldn't
no
go as far-
existence of where the
yeah,
That's
I
right.
wouldn't go as far to say it's made up because it could be taken from another model that we don't know about, or it could be made up. But I wouldn't say that. I would say it doesn't fit and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Is that what I
No,
mean?
it's a fair
I agree
point.
with you,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
wouldn't
I've
say
looked
that.
into it,
Yeah, I know you have. You're top notch. You are.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on what we live on and what we see. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
So if you're going to give us something, make sure it works. That's my big thing about NASA.
It fails and fails and fails.
It fails. But it's scary that it does.
It's good to see someone who comes across with so much confidence that I know that we don't live on a ball. I know. Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
Because it's
knowledge, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
evident, isn't it? It's like Harry always says, what you
Yeah.
say, self-evident truths he always says,
Yeah.
doesn't
People
it?
use the word belief too.
Yeah.
It almost triggers me because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's not a belief.
Yeah. But you're not tiptoeing around it.
I'm not.
Water,
You're not.
water, the fluid mechanics.
Yeah.
We know that water
We
needs to be
put our beliefs in
contained.
a lot of stuff that they told us from a very young age.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's where we all went wrong. And the thing about it is, there was no one to bend the stick back. Somebody's fine now. How old are you, sir? In your.
I've now come to
40s.
48.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s as well.
Yeah.
Somebody should have bent the limb back
Yeah.
a long time ago. Someone needs to hit NASA. Because what I want to know is, when is all this going to stop? When is the truth going to come out? And that's the only thing that frustrates me. When is the truth going to come out?
Can I get your attention?
I was going to say, maybe Harry. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Yeah.
I just want to do an article on it. It's quite interesting.
Oh, very good. That's what we want. We want the media to come down and speak to us about it. Have you heard of what we're doing?
No, we just heard. No, we just heard, obviously, and just want to come down and see what you guys were doing.
Okay. Well, this is Harry and myself, and there's a team of us, and we're travelling around the UK.
We're just getting a notebook out.
All right, go ahead. I hope you don't mind. We're filming live, you know, like so. We're kind of walking around filming live, and I should have asked you beforehand, but you're already on live.
You're all right with that? Yeah, no, it's fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay.
So tell me about it. So you're travelling around the UK. Tell me about it.
Okay, so we started off in Taunton, and we're travelling around the UK. We headed down to sort of Land's End first, and then Harry went off to Ireland. We've got a camper van. We've sort of we call it flat smacked it with stickers all over. Flat Earth, research Flat Earth all over the van.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been to Ireland, he's gone up to Scotland, and we're hitting all the towns and cities along the way, and
How far are you on your tour then? So you started.
we're nearly coming to the end.
How many days have you been doing it for?
I think it was meant to be a 2-month tour,
Yeah.
you know, so it's meant to be every day for 8 weeks, yeah, a 2-month tour. But we had a few mechanical issues, but we've gotten over that. He's gotten back onto the tour, and I think we got stopped for about 5 days. I think it was, you know, like. So far, how many places? We've probably done about
I think 36,
30. Yeah.
In between 30 and 40 now.
And then we're going to be we're going to, is it Leicester next?
Tomorrow.
Leicester tomorrow.
And Cambridge.
Cambridge.
The following day.
Yeah.
Where'd you finish?
London.
Yeah.
London on November
The 3rd.
Tours also going through Speaker's Corner, Hyde Park on the 28th of October.
Yeah.
As well. So 2 London locations.
So tell me how this all came about then. What was it?
Internet censorship for a start. We're getting censored on YouTube. Flat Earth was just recently mentioned in Congress, and it was aired live for all of our public to see that Flat Earth has become a problem for YouTube and other platforms that people can freely speak on.
So what are your beliefs then in a nutshell?
We don't have beliefs. That's the thing. We used to have beliefs when we believed in the globe with no proofs.
Yeah.
And now that we'll stick to the things that we know.
And what do you know?
Okay, so we know. Has anyone got a leaflet here?
Well, I'm just picking up.
All right, okay. So we know that we see land that we shouldn't be able to see. And if I showed you all the land that we shouldn't be able to see, and all the objects at sea that we shouldn't be able to see, I could give you an encyclopedia on all of this evidence of land that we shouldn't be able to see based on based on mathematics. This is spherical trigonometry by Pythagoras' theorem, and it says like this, for instance. It was in the Blackpool Gazette. You can do your own report and your own research on that. It was 65 miles to the Isle of Man. Okay, so it should be over the curvature based on 8 inches per squared mile. Okay, but that's the Isle of Man, and the highest peak is 2,000 feet, but 2,500 feet should be hidden. But why can we see it? And you can see that on a really good clear day, you can see this. You shouldn't be able to see it. And then we have Dover to Calais, based on 24 miles, 300 feet should be missing. The highest peak is 350 feet, but we can see it all.
So you're saying that the world isn't round, it's flat.
We're saying that we live on a flat
It's not
Earth.
what it is.
That's right.
We haven't got a model.
We live in a world.
Not putting out a model. We haven't got maps and models.
No.
We're telling people to question what they've been taught because we've looked into it.
That's right.
We've realised that
And
what
we're,
we've been taught.
we're pointing out the obvious contradictions in the modern school.
It's not true.
We've been taught things that
I've got to
prove.
You
now have learned people making these observations.
It's
People that have accreditation and diplomas
Yeah.
PhDs are taking metadata, taking repeatable, observable measurements that can be repeated time and time again, and they're documenting them.
Yeah.
And those
So what would you like the public to get from something like this?
Question. Because that was really important what you said then about the belief. We believe. Most flat earthers do not believe. Okay, we want to know, and we want facts. We want proof. We want this evidence. We want like the magical theory of gravity. We want proof to that. Science cannot prove what gravity is. We want proof.
They're preparing.
What's my name for?
Why do you think you live
On a ball?
on a globe?
The Earth, the globe.
Why do you think you live on a globe?
I've no idea. I've never really questioned why.
And that's like us. It was a given.
So if I'm not living on a globe, where am I living?
No, but I'm asking
But that's what we're questioning.
Because I've seen pictures from space that show that we live on planet Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've got actual photographs that show and video that shows from outside of Earth where we are living.
Have you ever researched what them photographs are? See this guy here? This is Robert Sims. There's a team of people like that who work for NASA, and he said you can go to NASA's website, works for NASA. They produce every photograph that you've ever seen
Of Earth.
from high altitude photographs, and then they stitch them up as composites. They put them around a 3D sphere, and then they add the layering of clouds and things, and then they take the photographs
if we're
again.
not living on Earth, where are we living?
Well, that's what we're asking. We're asking questions.
We are living on Earth.
Okay,
not living on the Earth.
but we're asking questions.
Heliocentric.
We are immovable. We are still.
So we're not living on the Earth that we have been told.
That we have been told.
The Earth is not a globe. Yeah, that's
Clearly
one
an
thing we know
observer
for
here.
sure. Yeah, it's just not a globe. Earth is Earth, but not as we know it. Maybe that's a better thing to say, you know? We're being very careful not to be misquoted.
Yeah.
Is it right to get some of your names?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
My name's Roxanne.
Roxanne. Is that Roxanne? Yeah, what's your last name?
Can I go with my online name?
Yeah, Roxanne.
The Globalist Annoying.
Well, we don't tend to do that. We
Oh,
tend to
okay.
have proper names.
Okay.
So, yeah, Roxanne Glen. G-L-E-N. One N.
Who's Eric? Who's Eric there?
So if I put from you, you're happy with this? You know, we're asking people to question what they've been taught. We've been told to trust things that are untrue. We want to question what we've been taught, and the Earth is not a globe. Earth is not as we know it.
Okay, sounds okay.
Yeah? And that includes some of the things that you've got in your...
Yeah, that's right.
So you're one of the organisers.
Yep.
And what's the organisation called?
No, all individual flat earthers coming together.
So you're flat earthers?
Yeah, well, that's right.
I don't like the label of
That's right, because we don't really have a label. We're individual people.
Globe deniers.
No. We're like, that's it. Because I know, but yeah.
Say if I was to find out what you guys were doing, how would I find you online?
Globe Denial.
Would I find you through the Globe Deniers?
We're all different bits. I'm from Iron Media.
We are so individuals, and we haven't put a label on ourselves.
So all different groups.
Yeah.
But you're known as Globe Deniers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go for that. We don't believe in the globe. It's difficult, isn't it? I know. Because I get what he's trying to say, but
I think we have have both flat earthers and globe deniers. I think.
Yeah. Okay, it's fair enough.
Kind of the same thing, aren't they?
Oh, that's a difficult one, isn't it?
How does it find out about each other?
Well, this is the biggest talked about.
Tinder, didn't you know about it?
That's right. It's the biggest debate on the internet right now. Everybody's talking about this, and eventually, once you we eventually start coming together.
The world's alive, mate. Well, see here, you've got people from Ireland here, this guy's in America, so you've Holland, Sheffield somewhere. But there's people around the world that are celebrate and aware of this for quite a while.
Why do you think people are? Why do you think people are telling you that's not, in your eyes, true?
Okay.
Why are you being told something?
There's not a need, is there, to have to put a reason behind why somebody's lying to you?
But why would someone lie to you? Why would someone?
But the thing is,
what do they benefit from?
Do you think government tells us the truth now?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about this particular topic. Why would someone lie to you that the world is?
we can't give you that. We can't give you that one. No one's ever been taken to court, so we choose not to make assumptions about it. We don't know why yet. We have our theories. We choose not to make them public, our theories, because this chap's theories are maybe different than my theories. You know, no one's ever been accounted for. So we just, it's somewhere we can't go yet.
It's about pointing out the obvious contradictions and the lies that we can show you. So it doesn't require us to, even when it's not a blow, it doesn't require us to feel that void. We're not here to give somebody a new paradigm. We're here to say if you're being lied to, look into it yourself.
You said yourself when she asked, it's almost a given. You believe that you're on the globe mostly because, well, it is. It's a given. But you didn't really critically think from the age of 5 years old and challenge the authorities, like to find out, is it true what they're telling us?
But as a journalist, if I'm being lied to, there is.
But did you know? But we didn't know that you were being lied to.
Why am I?
But we need to find the facts. Are we being lied to first?
Like, so you're not sure?
Oh no, we're sure now, and now we're investigating. And hopefully one day we'll get to that end where someone's been accounted for.
So do you think all the pictures that are shown from space are not true?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Because we've had a lot of them forensically analysed and that, and there's so many flaws in it. No one.
You don't think anyone's been on the moon?
No, rubbish.
Do you think it's not strange that we've not been back in 50 years, that we've lost that?
There you go.
Rizlo the outlaw, yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
This is the biggest debate on the internet.
Yes.
Once you start doing observations, you start coming together.
Yeah.
And you believe that no one's been on the moon.
No, definitely.
What's happening?
Can you add one thing? There's a video for people to watch called "The Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon." A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. And that's a big clue.
What's the response been like then?
Nottingham's been amazing for us. There seems to be a many people in Nottingham that know that they're not on this 1,000 miles per hour, faster than a speeding bullet, spinning ball. There's lots of people from Nottingham know this. The percentage has been amazing. Yeah, Nottingham's been one of our best places we've been to.
From the Evening Post?
Yes.
Yeah, he is, Tesla.
What's your name?
My name's Jason Disbury, Disbury. S for sugar, Bury. Bury.
And you're just here for the day and then you're going to move on to Leicester?
Yeah, we're off to Leicester next.
So let's go have a picture of
course you can.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant, with all the signs.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're going to get in on this one?
Well, yeah, if I want.
Yeah.
I don't think they travel with so many.
You don't have to, but you're welcome to. Just a quick picture.
What's this?
Yeah. Camera's down.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't understand house music.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a difficult subject. Yeah.
I just don't get it.
What? House music.
If you're gonna make a noise, yeah, repeat it. Why are you doing it?
He's the mummy.
20 ppm.
I kind of like. I mean,
I like techno and gabba and hard tech.
technico, it's just a little bit too much for me. I'm getting an old bloke now. I just want it chilled a little bit, you know, like so. But yeah, no,
It's because it's so massive.
I like.
One of the biggest genres.
I've gone off vocals years ago, you know, like anything vocal and all that. I know some of this music does have vocals. I actually do prefer maybe deep house a
I
bit.
prefer the house music with the vocals. That's a bit more like, you know, it's a classic fucking, you know, disco tune mixed into with house, rather than just the.
Well, I used to be a DJ. I used to do like I don't know, just like mobile clubs and stuff, and that. It was a mobile do clubs and all that. And I just got fed up of listening to the newer modern stuff and all that. And you kind of think that bloody hell, I mean, can not any of you sing? It all seems to be all bloody kind of like computer generated voices and all that. I started listening to Pete Tong, and then I liked interesting sounds. You know, like really interesting sounds and that, you know, like and the beats and all. But there is a certain aspect of it, you know, the repetition. I can't stand that. It drives me nuts. But that's part of house music, but I hate that part. So when that comes on, I kind of think,
I just hate that it's like build up, build up, build up.
right, yeah, that's got old. Yeah. No, that's not on all of it, but it's got old.
Breakcore, you know, breakcore.
Sorry guys, we're all talking house music here.
Breakcore, gabba, fucking jungle's where my heart is. That's the fucking same. That's the aim and break is what you're
Again, I'm 48 years of age now. I'm slowly coming down. You know, you're still going up. You know.
I don't think that I'll ever like listen to jungle though and be like, that's not fucking just melodically absolutely pleasing. It's like so newer drum and bass is very in your face, like obvious, like but jungle is like it's aggressive but very subtly aggressive.
Right.
It's like
I even think drum and bass is quite aggressive. Techno drum and bass.
It is. It's aggressive in your face, like obvious. But then fucking jungle music is aggressive, but very subtly aggressive and very well done. And you know the aim and break, what it's all based around. That's just melodically perfect.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking beat that your heart is like.
Yes, yeah.
Which to me, you listen to that music.
Have you gone on the producing side? Have you started doing some?
No, I don't produce.
I started to. I've done a few. I created myself studios. Started there because what I like about house music, you don't necessarily need to know how to play an instrument. You just need you need ideas. You need ideas. That's what it is. You know, like So I started doing it, but this came into my life, and I've sold my studio now. It's all gone.
You sold your studio?
Yeah.
For making music for this?
For this. Because
do you really buy all the other
no,
planets?
but that's the thing. See, because we're not on a planet. We're not on a planet.
Right, we're going to go now.
We're on a realm.
I think it's like a 5 shapes going in on itself.
Yeah, I think maybe it might be like a
Might be.
maybe, or it
five,
could be
no.
cylindrical, possibly, or star-shaped.
Right.
So it's passing through itself.
Maybe star-shaped.
Oh, I see. I think I've seen that one. Yeah. Look, nice speaking to you.
Makes the most sense over flat to me.
I think it might be in the shape of a penis.
Yeah. No, you want it be in the shape of a penis. Did you grab a leaflet, did you?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, buddy. Well, okay, so there's Flat Earth for you. I guess we've done Nottingham. Don't know how long it's going to go. So you can see the sun's going further away out of our perspective over them buildings, and well, it'll be over them buildings actually. And then it'll be going over mountains and going and it's all perspective. Just remember that. So yeah, had some great talks here today. We've had some great flat earthers come out to meet us. It's I've actually thoroughly enjoyed Nottingham. Have you enjoyed today?
Yeah, it's been good fun, hasn't it?
I've
chatting with folks, yeah.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've met some really good, interesting people today. Yeah, not every day's a fantastic day, but no, Nottingham. Oh yeah, well done, Nottingham.
Started out bad.
Yeah. Good.
How did you know you'd done it? Did you get pulled or?
What's that?
Did the coppers pull you or did you?
No. I think they did it a few weeks ago or something, and they put this replacement on, but it still wasn't working. You know, like but. So because I've been out of the tour for a while, I bought a new light. I managed to track with the exact same light. So I found a new one. It was just the fact that all the bloody wires didn't match up, did they? So I had to do a bit of detective work. So yeah, quite lucky there because first time not one fuse blown. Brilliant. Yeah. Oh, great.
Where are you off to tonight? Are you?
I don't know what the plan is. Haven't the foggiest. I hope you're welcome to join us for a drink or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Brilliant.
Get you back to the van.
Yeah.
First, I'll park up the car.
And then
I'll go and grab the car.
We'll have a little plan B talk then.
Get you back up somewhere, pick you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's heading towards Leicester tonight then. Is that the plan? We get on the way. Or...
We sometimes it's not that far away, Leicester, from here, is it?
No.
Was it like hour drive or something?
If that, yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
So. We'll play that one B. It all depends on Harry if he fancies a drink. Because I think today's been such a good day. I think we all deserve a beer tonight.
Well, I think you'll find some nice place. If you go out towards the river, you can go down the A46 to Leicester.
Right.
Touching off instead of the M1.
Yeah.
And there's some nice caravan spots and pubs and that.
All right.
To pull up and
yeah.
Jump there down Gunthorpe.
That sounds really good. So the other flat earthers that arrived here today, did you know them? Have you met them? No.
So just rock up a few guys that I met there. Got a few details, so we will chat again.
Oh, excellent.
Well, that's part of the fun of turning up, isn't
Yeah. That's excellent. That is brilliant. Oh God, I thought we were going to get our banners washed away. Cheers, buddy. God. Oh, that's it.
What time are we on?
I really don't know. Ask one of the guys in there. I always ask them. Oh, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Chucking out word time now. So.
It does look like they're building the ark there. I'll let you have a proper look. Let's have a. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oops, nearly fell over. God, every time you fall over, there's always some idiot that shouts, "It's gravity!" Look at this. They're doing some sort of Halloween thing. Weird. Got webs and stuff inside. Let's have a little walk round. Oh, I'll show you about. Have a little, because I think I've. It's a lovely place. Yeah, I'd come back to Nottingham. Nice place, lovely. Some X Factor wannabes. In this some sort of museum or something. It's got shops on the side there, but quite a busy place. I think we should have put the banners down this side. It seems a bit busier on this side. Look at this. I think we missed a trick there. Yeah. Oh God, look at that. What's that? Oh, that'll scare the kids. Right, I think we'll be wrapping up very shortly. Oh, hope you guys have enjoyed it today. It's been one of the better occasions this has, Nottingham. I don't know if any of you got to hear about the Ethiopian lad. Oh, he was a highlight. Brilliant. Right guys, is this a wrap? Is it a wrap?
Thank you.
What do you think? I'm freezing. You must be cold. No, don't you give me that. Oh, there's nails. I'm Scottish. What do you think?
This is summer in Scotland.
Sorry, my Scottish accent's rubbish. Yeah. Brilliant day. Fantastic day. Yeah.
Started off really positively and ended.
That's right. Everything we've done today went right. Yeah. Brilliant. And we got to speak to Nottingham Post.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, was it Roxanne, myself, and Adam?
Oh, the lady, yeah. Oh.
No. He's a chap who was. Oh, right. Yeah, it wasn't a lady. Did he look like a lady to you, Harry?
I didn't offend her, did I? I wasn't watching it then, but I've seen Roxanne talking to the lady for a while.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah, so we'll check them newspapers out within the next couple of days. And brilliant. Let's hope that. He was reading it back to me how he was going to, which is very unusual. He was reading it back to me how he was going to present it. So I was quite surprised at that.
When's it going to be published?
He didn't say that bit. No. I think they've definitely missed today's post, so it'll be for tomorrow, I would imagine. So check out the Nottingham Post tonight and tomorrow, I suppose. Who knows? It might be online, because normally they put it online first, don't they? Yeah.
Okay, I'll switch off and we'll get wrapped up.
Yeah. It's probably about 20 past 5.
Where does the time go, eh?
Yeah.
Sort of like I just say the end of every
It's the last piece, it's on the last video that we put out. It's 2 English guys.
John Thor, he's a star. He's not giving in. He's come here. He's come here from Wolverhampton, and he's with a purpose, and he's flat smacking to the end. Yeah. Right guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up, because if I make a start, they'll follow. So, thank you. Yeah, I just spotted the time there. Thank you very much. Alright, so yeah, I'll thank you very much. That's Nottingham over for myself. You got Harry still got. Oh, I think Harry's wrapping up now. Roxanne's still got her phone out. You might be able to jump on Roxanne's channel, and Adam's still filming as well. So, cheers guys. You can be able to catch us on Roxanne's channel tonight. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Critical Inception. Lovely one. Definitely a good day in Nottingham. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed Nottingham today. Some awoke people. Okay then. Cheers then. Bye.